Welcome to another round of Spudventures. This week we are going to be playing a one-shot session of Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition in the Humblewood setting expansion. And our GM for today will be GreatDinn.
Hey, hi, hello, everybody. Yes, I recently got some new toys for 5e, and I wanted to play with them. And I managed to rope in these chumps to do it. Kidding, of course. I don't think of any of you as chumps except for myself. Anyways, this is the Humblewood expansion. It's from the Deck of Many, so this stream unofficially sponsored by the Deck of Many.
Not that they know that.
Not that they, well, I said unofficially.
Yeah.
The Humblewood expansion is this fun little thing they built to have bird and animal people as a whole new thing. There are 10 new races. There are 4 new class options, and a whole bunch of fun stuff. And today we are going to play in this world. What you can see on the main area is the big old world map. I will not go into too much detail about it, but I highly recommend looking it up. I believe you can still get their playtest material from their website, so if you're interested, do that, and feel free to support them. And of course, always support us. Anyway, let's begin. It is midsummer in Humblewood, and for one reason or another, all of you have found yourself in the city of Winnowing Reach. It's not much of a city, if I'm being perfectly honest, but it has become the sort of focal point, the sort of town of interest for something that is currently known as Gaspard's Gauntlet. It is a tournament that is held every single year in celebration of one of the Jerbeen deities, Gaspard, known as a famous hero who ascended to godhood for his charisma, his strength, his cunning, his just overall excellence as a hero of the people. And this particular tournament attracts a lot of attention from the various the humble folk, as they're known, throughout the wood. It's not much of a bird folk holiday, but pretty much all of the humble folk celebrate it in some form or fashion. The Gauntlet in particular is known for one major point: the grand prize, which is Gaspard's Gauntlet. His sword was shattered and lost to time, but his gauntlet still remains as an artifact of significant power. And needless to say, a lot of people want to get their hands on it and just observe it or make use of it in some form or fashion. And this tournament is an annual event held to determine who has the right to hold on to Gaspard's Gauntlet for another year. Folks come from miles and miles around to take part in this, and even those that don't take part can end up leaving with a lot of influence or a lot of money, because among some of the guests of honor, some of the judges for this year's event include Donahue Crooked Fang, a former bandit king who has turned his life around and become one of the sought after mercenaries in the entirety of the Humblewood. There is Susan, a hedge witch who is one of the most powerful and well-known of the various hedge witch covens across Humblewood. There are members of the Alderheart. There are some birds here, Luma and Corvum of the Alderheart, who are here to see what sorts of new tricks and traps get laid out for the tournament. And it is an event of absolute note and merit. And for one reason or another, each of you has found your way here either to enter the tournament, claim some prize, or perhaps for something else. So, let's introduce our players, shall we? We have Avis Echo playing Alkaid, the Cervan monk.
Hello.
We have Azure Mountain playing Darragh, the Vulpin Warlock.
Hey.
We have Newbiespud playing Hastings, the Jerbeen Scofflaw fighter.
Hello there.
We have Space Jawa playing Nrutas, the Mapach Artificer.
Hello.
We have the TheStratovarian playing sorry, brain short out for a moment. Thistle Mosslight, the Hedge bard of the College of the Open Road.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
And we have Winged Cat playing Asche, the Raptor rogue.
Asche.
Asche, I apologize. We had literally talked about this beforehand, and I still messed it up. Alrighty, friends. So, who would like to say why they have found their way to Winnowing Reach?
Well, once upon a time, Hastings was a fearsome pirate. And since those days has basically been living a life of drinking himself, silly coasting on his fearsome reputation. But now he's come to the Gauntlet to sort of take a shot at reclaiming his not so much glory, but sort of fighting confidence.
All right. Who's next?
Asche comes from beyond the Crest Mountains, where people know there's a civilization, but they don't know much about it. He's been doing the tourist thing of the Humblewood, going from Blacken Hall through Marshview up to Ashborough, and now he's coming back to the Winnowing Reach just in time for the tournament. He figures he'll try himself out, just see how far he can get. He's not expecting to win. He's just expecting not to embarrass himself.
Well, they will, as a win touched, people will definitely be looking forward to your performance. Who else?
Nobody all at once.
Do I
now.
need to start calling names?
I can go, I guess. Thistle comes from the Mock Fields, where she helps. She probably comes from more of a line of tenders, but chose to explore a bit more open matters. Sent with a little bit of a few friends to help keep an eye on, and as well report back on anything new that might be found or used that might help advance. She's sort of there to, I guess, see the sights and try her luck, even though she does not expect to do that well.
Fair enough.
Darragh's a mercenary. Came here, of course, for the prize. I assume there's going to be money in it. So
There is.
yeah, of course, money. But also to test his strength, battle worthy opponents, and make it get his name out there so that more people will hire him. So we'll make more money.
This is definitely a good place to build that reputation and earn
Self-promotion.
a lot of coin in the process.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out how to speak. It comes from a very isolated village of Cervan. And after many years with, speaking of eventually traveling the world with a friend, said friend left without her after leaving a tree to fall on her. In that moment, all she saw was a vision of said friend in the distant future having terrible harm to come to them, and she has made it her mission to find where this friend has gone and cease that vision from coming true.
Fair enough. That's wonderful. I love it.
Nothing says friendship by saving your friend who tried to kill you.
It's true.
Yeah.
Alkaid is more forgiving than I think I would be if a tree fell on me and someone abandoned me.
Indeed.
If a tree falls in the wood and your friend ditches you, is it still friendship?
According to this deer, it is.
And I believe that just leaves Jawa. So Jawa.
So Nrutas, however you pronounce it.
Naruto.
As it,
It's your character, buddy. You tell me how it's pronounced.
Nrutas.
Nrutas? All right.
Yes. As a young boy, he grew up as part of the bandits, but he realized there are smarter and more legal ways to make money, so he abandoned them and uses his intelligence, since he's clearly not cut out for the bandit life. So he is here at the Gauntlet looking for opportunity and overall just looking for way to acquire riches.
Fair enough. All right. I like it. So, the town of Winnowing Reach, as you can see from the map, it's not really a city per se. It's a lot of, small settlements built up in the trees and tents and such. And this particular map shows just a quarter of, this map shows the full city as it is. But it has vastly expanded as a result of the Gauntlet. There are a lot of temporary lodgings set up in the trees, burrows dug to allow for, more temporary lodging or stores brought up. There are merchants absolutely everywhere, all flogging their wares. And there are 2 tournament grounds set up to the north. One for physical combat and one for magical combat. What would you all like to do? Do you want to go straight into the fighting, or do you want to explore the settlement a little bit before things begin?
Are they all together as a group already?
I think that's on you. You do not have to be. You can all be wandering about at your own leisure, however you choose to do it. I can work with either.
I would like to get a good sword to make my packed weapon.
Okay.
You don't already have
enough.
I got a couple daggers, but I feel like I could get something better.
I could have sworn that I might be just completely wrong, but
I'm pretty sure that sword doesn't have.
I also have a quarterstaff, but
one moment. I don't know why. I could have sworn that you could form a sword.
Yeah,
can I?
I'm pretty sure it can
Look
just
that up
form it.
again. I can create a packed weapon.
Yes. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure you can just make a sword that's
I can, yep.
better than, well, not better than anything,
Sword.
but definitely
I cast
something.
sword.
Sword equals
Yeah.
true.
In curiosity, are for the signups for the things, are they for one-on-one, or are there any curious conditions to them?
There are several different sets of tournaments. The actual fighting, both magical and physical variety, is actually only the initial part of the tournament. There is also at the end a test of courage, to see who truly represents Gaspard's spirit. So getting first in the tournament is not necessarily the way to get the in the tournaments as the way to get the gauntlet, but it is a way to get some money. So certainly helpful in that regard. But there are one-on-one tournaments for both magic and spellcasting, and there is also towards the midday section 1 3-on-3 magic and physical combined.
Okay, but there's no 2-on-2.
There is no 2-on-2 now.
I'm going to be exploring.
Okay. What would you like to explore? Like, what? And is there something in particular? Do you want me to just sort of lay out stuff in town?
Nothing in particular. Like I said, priorities. I'm just looking around to see what's around, seeing if that off 1.0% chance that she found, but unlikely.
So Nrutas, he has a steel defender. Is that just an item he has, like a robot that's walking around with him?
Yes, it is. It is
Okay.
it is a let me see if I can. Is there really no image for it? Huh, that's weird. There's usually an image for it.
Well, how big is it?
It's a medium construct, so it's bigger than you. But
is it big enough that Nrutas could ride around on it?
It's not quite the same as like a small creature. Like you are small and it's medium, so you probably could, but it probably wouldn't be comfortable for you.
Like maybe a child riding on their parents' shoulders.
Yeah,
but this would
maybe.
be like an older teenager riding on their parents' shoulders.
Yeah, or a child riding on an early teenager's shoulder.
Child on a golden retriever.
Not quite like that.
I feel inclined to ask as an artificer, how difficult would it be to rig up like a seat to mount on the steel defender's back so he could just ride on it that way?
It's more the issue of weight rather than.
Yeah, it's a weight.
You're not that small compared to your defender.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nrutas is also wandering around with the steel defender, following behind. Occasionally he'll stop, climb up on top of the defender to look around, then hop back down and keep wandering, and he's on the lookout for anything that looks like, ooh, there's a good opportunity that I might be able to make some money.
All right. Avis, I guess let's start with you. Roll investigation for me.
Hey,
That's not bad. 14.
it's better than what Yuli would roll.
Probably. With a 14, excuse me. With a 14, you don't know. You don't get a vibe from this that from the people you've seen around town and the people you've talked to that they've necessarily seen the Cervan you are looking for. But you get the distinct, like you're getting the impression, the reactions that people are giving you that they know a guy who knows the guy who has seen the Cervan you're looking for. So, and that's just from walking about with the in the sort of general marketplace area, or talking with the spectators. So it's entirely possible that you are getting closer, that someone here might actually have seen your friend. Or it might even be possible that they're here and you just haven't run into him yet. There are a lot of people here.
Optimism plus 20.
Optimism plus 20.
Woo!
Okay. Nrutas, roll a perception for me. Let's see if we can find some opportunities for you.
Oh, were you talking to me or someone else?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry. I said your character name.
Right. So roll which one?
Perception.
Perception.
Since you're just sort of generally looking around. I think you're having trouble seeing through the crowd. I
Yes,
think
that
people.
that would seem reasonable, logical.
Yeah, I think people are definitely impressed by your mechanical creation, but they're all the kinds of people who don't have the money to afford your services, it seems. So
Well, perhaps I'm in the wrong area.
Oh my
probably-
god, is that the accent you're going with? Okay, just had to confirm. Carry on.
Yes, that is the accent I'm going with.
Nice. I
I
like it.
I didn't realize you just have a different accent for every game.
I love it.
Oh.
Curious question: would it be possible to sort of hire out my services for one of the physical side of things as a healer? In wondering, but I don't think I really have the assortment for the spellcasting, nor do I have the matter of that
Nor do you have
for the physical side of things.
Yeah. I mean you wouldn't be too bad with a rapier, but yeah, you absolutely could rent out your services as a healer. You know, if you can demonstrate your proficiency well enough. Let's see. Okay. So I assume you make your way to the physical tournament grounds in order to do
Yes,
that.
and would be offering my services as a healer in regards to things.
Okay. You have two options as you approach the physical grounds. You can either head towards the sort of general event staff, basically, and offer your services as sort of a generalized healer, or there are, as you've gotten out towards the tournament grounds, you've seen there are effectively some sponsored entrants, or some sponsored competitors, we should say, who you might be able to get more out of if you can, demonstrate that you would be useful to them. Might be able to make some different kinds of connections than you would make in the sort of commoners' quarters. Which would you like to go after?
Let's go to the sponsors and use a bit more of the silver tongue in this regard.
And now a word from our sponsors.
So in the sponsored area, there are about 10 different tents. You can tell that this area has probably the most bird folk you've seen here. In the entirety of Winnowing Reach so far.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely look like they're from out of town.
Are there any lineages or heraldic symbols I might be able to recognize?
I think that is gonna be let's see.
History check?
Yeah, that seems like a history check.
14.
A 14 is pretty good. So here's what you see with a 14. You can see that one of the headmasters of the university at Alderheart, one of the most premier schools of magic and learning in the entirety of the Humblewood, has set up a tent here for someone. You don't know who, but you from what you know of them, it seems extremely unlikely that this ancient Luma would be partaking in the physical side of the tournament. You also can see the heraldry of it's a very minor house whose basically only prominence is the fact that it's the current champion, the current holder of Gaspard's Gauntlet, a Mapach who surprised everyone a few years back with some truly excellent sword play, but more importantly, bringing back the head of a elemental of fire during the test of courage.
Oh.
Okay.
Um,
Which would you say seems to be less busy or less occupied between the two of them?
between the two of them, it is the university one because everyone's keen on seeing the champion.
Okay.
He is a spectacle, and the university is well, people have a pretty low opinion of the idea of a bird folk sponsoring some other fighter to join in on a humble folk tournament.
Okay. Well, given that probably a lot of people would probably be trying to ingratiate themselves with the champion one way or the other,
Mm-hmm.
and even though he technically is one that could mend the wounds easily in that regard, it would. Why not? No guts, no glory.
Okay, so you're going for the champion's tent?
I will go for the champion, I think.
Okay. I was going to say make some sort of strength roll to push past, but then I remembered you are a hedge. You are kind of your own crowd control.
Yes.
I think most people, upon seeing a hedge sort of push their way forward, step out of the way, except for the 3 or 4 other hedges who have made their way to the tent to get a look at the champion.
Hedge.
Hedge, yes.
The best bouncers.
They have to hedge their bets. So yes, inside you make it to the front of the tent pretty easily. There is a small set of guards. There's two there's a Vulpin and a Strig who both look pretty gnarly. With hands at their sides, weapons not drawn but ready to be
they're
drawn
ready,
if
yes.
yeah.
And good guards.
Yeah. They're doing their job as guards, and the Strig sort of upon seeing your approach gestures for you to stand back a certain distance.
Of course, he again obliges the guard as he should, and will again ask to very simply pardon me, my good sir, if I imagine I am probably one among many to make this offer, but I am willing to offer my services as a healer in regards to things. If I might be one to discuss such matters, either with you or with your employer.
The Strig raises an eyebrow and, huh? Really? Turns to the Vulpin, and you hear sort of muttered whispering.
I do understand Vulpin too, so.
They're not speaking they're speaking bird folk. It's just whispered.
Okay, no worries. I just wanted to say if it was like a language thing or whatever.
Yeah, no, they're just whispering.
Okay.
I'll need, if you want to figure out what they're whispering, I'll need a perception check. But yeah, that's pretty good. You can tell that they're mostly the Strig seems concerned about the champion, but the Vulpin is currently telling the Strig that they don't really have the authority to just hire someone on his behalf. So they're sort of arguing back and forth about like whether it's something, whether it's allowable, I guess. And after a few moments, you see the Strig pull rank on the Vulpin, and turns to you and says, "Okay, I don't know if you're any good at this, so I'll tell you what. We got someone who needs patch up. Some people got rowdy last night. If you can take care of them, then we would be more than happy to introduce you to our boss.
A pleasure if you will direct me to where I may see these people and tend to them.
And the Vulpin will sort of shrug and say, "What? Who, me? Am I supposed to?" And the Strig is going to nod very firmly. And you see the Vulpin sort of just deflate. It seems that this Vulpin is relatively new to the job, and was really keen on being this close to the champion, and is not so keen to just be dragging random strangers away. We'll cut away from you for a bit as the Vulpin leads you across town. Who else? Sorry about that. What's everyone else trying out for right now?
Am I the cause of those people being injured because of rowdy things last night?
You might be. You might be just a little bit.
Well, first thing in the morning, go straight to sign-ups when they open up, and sign up for the one-on-one physical contests.
All right, sounds good. The line is tediously long, and you are just unfortunately sober right now.
Yeah.
And tiny.
I am a just shy of 3-foot mouse.
Yes.
In a big old in a pirate's outfit.
Yeah, people. There's definitely some amount of people who recognize at least the look, if not you specifically. Unfortunately, those people all made the wise decision of maybe backing off a little bit. So the two people that you're next to in line have been annoying the crap out of you.
I see.
There is a Hedge behind you who has been attempting to talk your ear off, asking about like, oh, it's such a nice outfit. Where did you get it? What sort of like sword play do you use? Or are you more of a ranged fighter? It's just nonstop, barely letting you even answer anything. And the one in front of you has been muttering under her breath, and you think you vaguely hear singing. Seems she might be trying to pump herself up to convince herself that she really is definitely good and definitely gonna have a chance at this.
Oh, game's changed since I've been away. Is this how the landlubbers fight and approach battle? That would explain a lot.
Too many people and their dumb rules.
Yeah, what's out on the high seas, if you're storming a ship, all that matters is that you get the job done.
Mm-hmm. So do you put up with the annoyances for now, or?
Well, let's find out.
Constitution save, huh? All right. Would you like me to interpret that, or was that a roll for yourself?
Kind of a roll for myself. The person in front, I can deal with. I can understand. I've had to endure a sea shanty or two in my time. But the guy behind me absolutely gets on my nerves, and I reach up, grab him by the scruff, and pull him down, and say, "How do I fight? I've fought great sea beasts while half of my ship was sinking into the briny depths, all my crewmen dead. How do you think I'm going to fight today?"
And you see the Hedge immediately go pale, and very, very gently try to remove your hands from their collar.
I allow them to.
I
I believe I've made my point.
Yeah, the hedge gets out of line. They definitely had the moment of, I think I just saw death. I'm good.
Death is a 3-foot tall mouse.
And that just makes it scarier somehow.
Oh,
Makes it harder for you to see it coming.
I am so very pleased with this character already. Thank you.
I'm laughing.
No worries. Like I said, I like the Scofflaw fighter, and I loved that image of the pirate. So I was like, well, it's got to be that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So yeah, I can probably endure the rest.
Yeah, I think after that little display, everyone behind you clammed up. The line is nice and quiet, barring the person in front of you who is very much in her own head right now.
I can honestly, I don't blame her for that.
It takes you about an hour and a half to actually get through the whole line for sign up, and there are 2 Jerbeen handling everything at the end. And one gives you an appraising look and says, name?
Hastings.
And preferred weapon?
Whip.
Nods. And then the other one starts. You see the other one actually start to let me roll this real fast. Yeah, the other one starts to nudge that first Jerbeen, the one taking down your information, and you hear whispered under their breath, "Is that who I think it is?" The other Jerbeen looks up and says, "I don't know."
It's been a little while since I was terror on the sea.
The one taking notes definitely seems younger, and the one who is nudging definitely seems a lot older. And you see a significant amount of fear. Roll history for me.
Oh, ooh. Not a good skill for me, I don't think, but intelligence is neutral, so solid middle of the road.
That's good enough. It looks like someone you robbed once.
Oh. Well, it was years ago. Water under the sea.
Water under the ocean.
Yeah.
The Jerbeen looks pretty dang afraid of you. The one taking down your information doesn't seem so much. Asks you if you would prefer the sort of public healer, or if you have one, would you like a healer provided for you, or do you already have one?
I'm just by myself, so I'll take whatever I can get.
Alrighty then. And it's just some general, and they get down some more general information about height, weight, and such, and just to make sure that you're not going to immediately go against someone above your weight class.
Oh, come on,
first.
I could take on a single strig. It's fine.
I'm certain you could. And like later on in the tournament, that will definitely happen. But they try to get everyone fighting the, roughly the same weight class from the get-go.
Yeah.
Who else would like to do something?
I will also sign up for the tournament.
Okay. You are you signing up for the physical or the magical one?
Physical.
Or both? You probably could sign
everything.
up for both.
Sign up for every
I'll
event.
win every tournament.
Okay.
So long as I can get a short rest in between each fight.
I believe with the amount of fighters, you should be fine.
Excellent.
So yes, you are in the physical line is pretty quiet. You're not entirely sure why, but the line in front of you went pretty dead silent for a little while. You spot a particularly fierce-looking Jerbeen leaving the line after finishing sign up, and you are also asked the typical name,
Darragh.
Preferred weapon.
Longsword.
Jerbeen nods. Do you have a healer, or would you like one provided for?
I will have one provided for me.
The second Jerbeen takes a closer look at you and asks you another question. Are you magic, perhaps?
Perhaps.
I'll let you know in advance that magic weaponry is not allowed during the physical tournament. Will that be a problem for you?
Oh, Hexblade.
No. But I am also signing up for the magic tournament.
Ah, well, very good. Would you like us to just pass along the information you gave us?
Yes. That would be very helpful.
You see the Jerbeen grab another sheet of parchment and ask you some additional questions, which are basically, your particular school of magic, which I imagine you just say Warlock. Yeah.
My magic is sword.
Your magic is sword. If that is actually how you respond, the Jerbeen kind of looks at the sheet of parchment, looks back to you and goes, how do I write this down?
Conjuration.
The Jerbeen nods and says, it's not going to, just so you are aware, the magical fights do not have much of a physical component to them by virtue of us having a physical competition. Will that be a problem for you?
So basically what you're saying is I can't use my abilities to the best of my abilities.
It's not, I don't think the magical contest is actually a combat contest.
So I can't use my packed weapon in either of the tournaments.
If you have a way to make it so that it doesn't kill people, then we can probably use you might be able to use your packed weapon, but we're trying not to. We're not a gladiatorial pit.
Right.
It's a nice and friendly tournament.
Well, yeah, I can make it something non-lethal.
All right, very well then. And nods and puts down the information for you. You are now signed up, or you will be signed up for both tournaments. All right. Let's cut back to Stradivarian and the healer. You are taken to a medical tent. It's got the champion's heraldry on it. It seems that the champ has a few more bodyguards. It seems like they might have hired sort of a whole crew.
It's very understandable with him winning the tournament and people wanting to dethrone the champion by any means necessary.
Exactly. Plus, literally holding on to a very important object.
Yes, again, you have thieves too. That's true.
It looks like there's probably about the guard company that was hired has about 10 people in it, and 5 of them are in the tent nursing some very severe injuries.
Okay.
You hear one muttering under his breath, "That damn mouse."
Okay, well, let's see. I guess it would be, first of all, a medicine check to see about how bad people are off then. Okay.
Oh, nice. Nat 20. You have a pretty dang good idea of not just the kinds of injuries that everyone is facing. You have some pretty good ideas on exactly how they were inflicted. down to a choice of weapon, which in several cases was chair,
Probably table.
Bottle.
some amount of table. One of them was injured with another body. That was fascinating. And none of them are life-threatening, but most of them are,
enough to leave them knocked out in the cold on the street.
Pretty much, yes. And some of them look like they might be out of commission doing their job for some time, if not taken care of extremely well.
You said a mouse did this.
Yeah.
That was just a minute. That was just a joke
Okay, like, let's see. 5 guards? Like,
Yeah.
enough would you say there'd be a... Probably with the 5 of them. I'm sorry, he... Okay, so how do you do with the spells real quick?
The spells?
Yeah, if you want to use one.
If you want to use one, it depends on the particular type of spell, but if it's, for example...
Mass Cure Wounds is what I was looking for if people were like... Because you had 5 of them. This would cover the area. It seems like the perfect use for that.
You literally just press the heal, like there's a little red cross.
Oh,
next
okay,
to
yeah, I
heal.
see that.
Yeah, just press that and it'll roll it for you.
Okay.
10. That's pretty good. Is that... Yeah, that's with the proper everything. And it should... It didn't check off your spell slot, so I will go ahead and check that for you.
Whoop. Okay, I can... Okay, yep, there it goes. Yep.
Yeah, there's going to be a delay since I'm hosting it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no problem. But she does that to bring the guards back up to... Dang it, I am so used to... I'm sorry. And
No worries.
with that, we'll smile and look to the Vulpin as well, the guards, as I hope that was satisfactory.
Several of them actually appear to be like they're still massaging the sore wounds, but they definitely look a lot better. There's still a few of them who might be out of commission for a little while, but they the complaining has stopped, and the Vulpin who led you here definitely looks impressed. And says, "All right, yeah, that's no, that'll do it. If you could do that for our boss, that would be ideal."
Of course. I would be honored to.
And you will be directed back to that tent. That's gonna take another few minutes. Let's see what would be the best option here. Avis.
See.
Go ahead, and if you would be so kind, roll me another check.
Which check? I cut off.
Oh, investigation.
Okay. There we go.
Here is how I'm going to phrase it. Your trail of the people you were talking to, of the guys who know guys, has sort of died off, but it died off in a way that is actually giving you just a little bit of information, and that information is that basically your trail sort of died off the further you got from the judges and people of importance who are watching over the tournament. It seems that your trail does not work so well with the common folk, and it's definitely gonna lead more towards the upper class / nobility / just people of importance, which is interesting.
The big shots, the big fish.
Yes,
because of course they are involved.
Yep, of course. They've got their fingers in so many pies. Jawa, did you want to, or let me rephrase that. After some amount of time, someone asks you a question. And that question is, holy crap! Are you going to toss that thing into the magic tournament?
You mean to tell me I can send my machine into the magic tournament?
Well, I mean, that's... and you can see this is another Mapach sort of like examining it over, saying and nodding approvingly before saying, well, yeah, I mean, it's not just a mechanical creation. I can tell there's some pretty nice enchantments on this thing. Be a great thing to show off. Hey, if you're not going to use it, can I?
Well, I hadn't considered it, but if that's really something I can get away with, I may just have to do that.
Yeah, so would you like to sign up your Steel Defender for the robot, not the robot tournament, the magic tournament?
The tournament no one knows about, the robot tournament.
Surprise, battle bots.
We're doing battle bots now.
I'd watch it.
I too would watch BattleBots because I have watched BattleBots.
Yes.
It becomes the movie Real Steel.
Real Steel.
We real steel now.
Yeah. If there was a robot tournament, I'd persuade everyone that I'm a robot so that I could participate in it.
You probably could get away with it too.
Yep.
So yes, he will. Yes, Nrutas will sign up his Steel Defender for the Magic tournament.
All right.
Okay, why does your raccoon sound like he's from Chicago in the 1950s?
Because why not?
My jump in logic is former bandit gangster accent.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is beautiful.
I literally had to cover my mouth when you were talking again.
The line for the magic tournament is not quite as but you approach the front after a little while with your Steel Defender, and the Vulpin, who is taking notes here, looks you once over and looks over your machine and goes, so which of you is entering?
He'll reach up and give the Steel Defender a couple knocks against the chest. This bad boy is ready to rumble, see?
She nods very slowly and says, is someone in it, or is it magically piloting itself?
It's got a heart of a champion, just not a living one.
Okay, so it's yours. All right, I need to know what name should I put it under then?
And here's I had not considered needing to name the Steel Defender.
I think it's your name.
Name it Nickel.
It's your name, but
Name it Nickel.
Oh, well, if it's he said he's asking for the name's Nrutas.
Could you spell that? I'm not fluent in Mapach.
Full name's Nrutas Rotolp. Nrutas Rotolp.
Okay. Does the robot have an easier name to pronounce?
What did you suggest?
Nickel.
You can just call the machine Nickel.
All right, and she proceeds to ask you a whole bunch of like specific questions about the enchantments and whatnot that are, basically making Nickel function.
Yes, as Nrutas is answering, he's going to add a little bit of flair and salesmanship, showmanship into his answers. Like he's going to go above and beyond just the basic information.
He's going to lie, is what you're saying.
No, he's not going to lie. He's going to embellish.
I'm going to need a roll from you. And I think that roll needs to be charisma based. So let's go with persuasion.
Okay, well, let's see how much this hurts me.
I think you can tell she's getting a little annoyed by the sheer amount of like extra stuff you're trying to get her to like write down.
Once it becomes apparent that she's getting ticked off, he'll tone it way back, not drop it completely.
Wrap it up.
Yes.
When she finishes, you see her sort of like lower the paper and go, "Thank you for the sales pitch. I was so thrilled to hear it. I'm making minimum wage here. I don't know why you were trying to sell me on this. Save it for the tournament, please. And she will wrap up and encourage you to move along, please.
He will do just that.
Alrighty.
Just as an aside, when they asked me to if I could make it non-lethal, I changed the weapon I use to quarterstaff because I figure bludgeoning is probably the least lethal of the damage types.
Yeah, definitely. There are definitely ways to do it that it's not as lethal. So no worries there. Spud, what would you like to do to fill your time between sign up and the actual start of the tournament?
Get myself a flask of something and take a lap around town, basically.
Okay. Just sort of doing it to just, get a feel for the area. Are you trying to scope out competition, perhaps?
That might be a good idea. See who else it seems like they're going to be a challenge in the physical tournament if I come across them.
Okay. Let's see.
By any chance, does that include going up to the pitch, the tournament field?
It certainly could. You were very loud, Winged Cat.
I'm not sure what how to mute the mic. Is this better?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah. Would you prefer to walk around sort of the tournament area itself, Spud, or would you prefer to?
Yeah, actually, checking out the field itself might be good to know.
Okay. All right. It is a sort of dirt area. Like they cleared out a section of the woods. They had the tree shapers come in and just make the trees move. Simply put, you can see there's a lot of Cervans actually still sort of like shaping the various boughs to lean over and form this sort of amphitheater type look. A big sort of area for fighting, and then just rows and rows of seats sort of going up into the canopy of the forest.
Yeah.
The grounds itself, there appears to be an area marked off by a sort of wooden fence, I guess I would say. It's definitely not a fancy sort of arena. It's very much designed for like have a place where people can fight and fit the most people to watch said fight.
Yeah.
Enough
protection so that stray arrows don't like go into the crowd or anything.
Yeah, exactly. You can see there's also a weapons rack for, and various event staff are like lining things up so that people have access to pre-approved weaponry. You can see that like the swords have been, the swords are more dull. The spears lack, like the spear points are covered. It's very much designed to encourage any sort of fighting, but make sure that nobody dies in the process.
Yeah.
If possible. You do, however, see like two people talking, and one of them is gesturing in a way that you get the distinct feeling they're talking about your whip. You might have been the only person to ask for one.
Well, I have one, so it's not like they have to provide it.
That's true. Your whip might not be allowed though, because your whip is kind of magical.
Ah, dang. Well.
But you imagine it won't be that hard to procure one. They're just like, how do we put it on the weapon rack? Like, we don't want it to be just this weird thing hanging around like its own place. But they're having a weird argument about it for reasons that probably baffle you.
You roll it up. You set it on a hook. That's it. That's it, guys. Come on.
I mean, but that just feels like it's not respecting the weapon.
It's a whip. What it needs to have that curl so that it whips out at maximum force, but that's about it. Just maintain that shape and you're fine.
These, as maybe demonstrated by the fact that they're arguing about it, these guys don't know how to whip. So,
all right, fine. Let me show you.
Watch me whip. Watch me
all
whip.
right.
Whips 101.
Oh boy.
And just take the whip that they're trying to provide, shake it a bit to kind of get a sense for the weight of it, and then crack. Just out into the open air.
Go ahead and roll intimidation for me. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Wow.
I don't think it was
strong.
intentional, but I think your display scared the crap out of them.
And that's how it's done. So just make sure it's rolled up and doesn't have any like weird kinks in it or anything. Don't tangle it, please.
They both nod furiously, and you see them push some swords aside to make room for the whip on its own section. Just yep, got it, yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm the Belmont apparently.
Mm-hmm.
You're the terror of both land and sea.
This is fun.
So
This is
the reason
fun.
I asked was that in addition, if he would probably be seeing if it's allowed, Asche checking out the field, doing flips and stuff to see, okay, what's the distance from wet spot to wet spot, if there's any sort of cover or if not, and basically checking out the field. He hasn't decided to sign up yet. He figures let the crowd die down, but he's doing a combination of check out the field and show off for whoever's there.
Right,
The acrobatic kind of road, huh?
Yeah.
Lovely. So I guess you're making a spectacle of yourself.
As he does, yes. By the way, I adjusted my mic. Is this better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
It was just very loud for a minute ago for whatever reason. Anyway, Asche, why don't you go ahead and roll performance for me? Just
because he's actually doing acrobatics more than performance.
Fair enough. Wow.
We are very good at what we do. We are professionals.
You are indeed professionals. You are impressing the hell out of the tree shapers. They are like, you were jumping into things they are literally growing and then just leaping out in this spectacular display of acrobatics. And they definitely stop to applaud because holy crap. And the information you can get is that at least for the physical arena, it's mostly a sort of 20 by 20 foot ring. It's designed to ensure that combat happens quickly and efficiently.
Okay, not much cover inside the ring, right?
Yeah, there's basically no cover inside the ring.
In that case, he's trying to get a map of what the ground will be like to use for bonuses later during the fights.
It is a ring with flat ground.
Yeah.
Right. But flat ground, bits are muddy, bits are less muddy. I mean, where are people more likely to slip, if nothing else?
True. Yeah. I'll need a perception check on that one.
So, as a side question, that very impressive performance, did the trees also applaud it?
No, but they did bow. Sorry, that was a terrible pun.
Well, yeah, the trees know they're going to see more. I mean, they're going to stick around.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, sorry, it's very good. Thank you. With that 19, you can tell that there are the sort of northeastern corner of it is actually part of a floodplain that got sort of shifted as everything was moved, and that it would not be difficult to sort of spread that looser dirt and mud and silt, I guess I should say, around the arena, and that the sort of southeastern corner where the more embankment of the former river was is harder, and there are some stonier elements to it that could be used as a improvised weapon, as if you just did just a small bit of digging. And there's definitely enough loose dirt that you could pocket sand someone in the eyes pretty easily.
Which he may. He's also looking around to see if his show has attracted any potential teammates if he wanted to go for that 3v3.
I mean, I'm looking.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I think
you guys just want to walk up and introduce yourselves as teammates for a 3v3?
No, I'm just watching.
Yeah, me too.
You're going to have to come to us, dude.
Right. Are you at least obviously watching?
Yes, I'm not hiding.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so once his routine is done, Asche looks around and sees, okay, well, there's two likely sorts. He walks up and just, hail, are you here for the tournament?
Indeed.
Yes.
I had been considering entering the team version. Might you be amenable?
If it has, I mean, I didn't have anyone on my dance card yet. What are you two capable of?
Well, as you saw, I
Everything.
am definitely a physical fighter, not a magical.
I'm absolutely a physical fighter myself.
I'm physical and magical.
Huh.
In
Well, there we
what
go.
way specifically?
Well, I can hit people with a magic weapon,
Okay.
and I can cast magic to hurt people.
Okay, so you're battle mage. Got it.
Pretty much.
Exactly the sort that we would need.
I also have some maneuverability.
Any healing between us now?
Nope.
Probably be
Nope.
fine.
I can heal myself. That's about it.
Fair enough.
Better than I can do.
Why not?
Well, I've trusted fate to guide me so far. It would appear that fate has led me to you.
Uh-huh.
Shall we register as a team then?
Sure.
Just don't be too annoying in line, please.
Okay. And so there leads the way over to register as a team.
All right. The
Or-
team,
yeah.
the team registry is relatively, that one goes a bit faster because it's pulling from groups instead of just one person at a time.
Right.
You are all easily signed up. You are asked one question after getting all of the basic information, and the Hedge taking down this information asks, so is there a team name we should introduce you as?
Asche looks to the other two. Blade Winds?
What?
Blade Winds. We were all capable with the blade, and I am wind touched, so
Oh, you're one of those.
it's what they call me.
I mean, you called yourself that just now.
Because out of habit, because they got me doing it.
Mm-hmm. I don't have anything better, sure.
Yeah.
Blade Winds it is.
All right. She nods and writes down Blade Winds. You will be one of the first groups to fight on the when team battle comes up. All right. Let's cut back to Stradivarian real fast. You are brought back to the champion's tent, and the Vulpin nods to the Strig to let you in. And you enter the tent. It's really nice, actually. There's a small array of food set aside for the champion. There looks to be a fairly comfortable bed that someone managed to bring into the middle of the woods. And an array of nice clothes, some interesting looking weapons. There's a head in there. There's a head hanging from the top of the tent. It's a fire elemental head. Looks like that trophy got kept. And you see a Mapach with a longsword and a gauntlet. And he seems to be sort of like breathing deeply and possibly in pain.
Okay, first things first is he's going to look over and see what he might be able to do as he introduces himself. Pardon me, I was instructed by your guards and my services as a healer. As he's sort of looking over in a very, very calm and very, very subdued tone.
Yeah.
Trying to see what's wrong with the...
You don't see anything visibly wrong with him. He seems to be clutching his, anything that might be potentially revealed is covered by clothing and armor. And he sort of squeezes aside and looks at you and goes, I'm fine. But thank you. I will probably need a healer for the actual fights. My previous healer sort of, they found a better opportunity elsewhere. Anyway, sorry.
Is there anything I might do for you now? You seem to be very, very bothered.
If you've got anything to just sort of dull pain, I would appreciate that. It's just old wounds acting up. Nothing to heal, just...
I could probably use the herbalism kit to do that with medicine as well, couldn't I?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that would be another another medicine check with the bonus from the kit?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, one moment. I guess the kit is +3, right? I'm trying to remember.
Proficiency bonus, yeah.
So this would be +12. So 24.
24. That's pretty good. You managed to whip up using the herbalism kit a pain relief sort of remedy.
Topical anesthetic.
Yeah, basically. And he sort of the champion sort of lifts up his mail, and you see on his left side, there is an enormous bald spot that looks like a hand, and the skin in that bald spot looks completely charred. And despite it looking, it looks old, like as far as the wound goes, but it looks, it doesn't look like it ever really sort of healed up properly.
Hmm.
So, but
yeah, there's utter like the look of between horror, grimace, and the fact that there's really nothing that he can do at the moment sort of crosses his face in rapid succession.
as the topical anesthetic is applied, you see not complete relief, but at least some relief cross the champion's face as he goes, "Oh, thanks. I couldn't find anyone who could do something like this for me for a while. So, thank you. Appreciate
I'll be making
that.
some more as time goes on. I'm sorry to say, do you know a place that I might find lodging for tonight, though?
Well, I mean, hey, Charla and the Vulpin. You hear the Vulpin sigh and lean in and say, "Yes, boss. Could you set up this
Thistle.
Thistle? Could you set up Thistle? Thank you. In one of your guys' tents, please." And the Vulpin sighs and nods, and you see him sort of trekking off to go tell someone else to prepare a tent for you.
For this poor guy.
It's the downsides of being new.
Mm-hmm. But with that sort of matter said, she'd probably be going to... Dang it. I'm so used to playing a lot of the female type casters, but anyway, he's going to probably try to make some more because that's probably going to get washed off between sweat, being hit, and other things like that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and make sure that it's ready for him when he gets back, as well as more of some of the other unguents and topical things that help with the soreness that this comes from working with this and that.
All right, let's let's cut forward a bit in time. After all the signups are prepped, it's mid to late afternoon. It's mid to late afternoon. The tournament's not set to start officially until tomorrow morning. But that night there is set to be a speech from the champion, sort of ceremonial initiation, and a display of the gauntlet itself as it's officially removed for the tournament tomorrow. And the if there's anything someone wants to do just before, basically the physical arena is being used as the sort of ceremonial grounds. If anyone wants to do something before the actual ceremony itself starts, now would be the time to tell me.
Like what kind of stuff?
I don't know.
Besides signing up.
Yeah, it's it's been half an hour. I think we can be officially done with sign up.
Actually, there's one I would like to do. I would probably like to talk to the people that registered, because they do eventually challenge the champion, right?
Oh, yeah.
He would probably go to see about some of the people that would be challenging the champion, and if he recognized any of them from name or just like deeds or anything else that way.
Reputation,
yes.
All right, one moment. I have to send a text.
Yep, no problem. And if would the champion just be on the 1-on-1, or would he be part of the 3x3 as well?
It's basically as soon as that gauntlet comes on, the champion is is treated like any other combatant. There's not a like you go through the whole thing and then you fight the champion at the end.
That's what I was
He's
wondering
not
about.
defending his title. He's just
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, was he holding the title, or was he just the? Okay, thank you. That does help.
Yeah, it's it's more of an honor thing, not a like a WWE belt.
Okay, thank you. Again, like I didn't know like with this, so I figured to ask.
I should have explained. So yeah, some of the from reputation, some of the other fighters you get, there's you hear tell from some of the signups. There's a notorious pirate signed up, although only 1 or 2 people seem to actually know who he is. There is there are some interesting combatants in the sort of magical arena. There's necromancer going to be showing off their not generally loved by the populace skills, but claims that they are that they want to show off the good that necromancy can do.
I mean, that's worthy enough.
Yeah. There's someone put a robot in, which is wild. You've seen some Mapach tech before, but like nothing maybe on that level.
Yeah, he would be probably more familiar with a lot of the slime nuances, given where he is.
Mm-hmm. There is, as far as some other fighters, there is a Strig barbarian who claims to have a fragment of Gaspard's sword. And thus, is totally worthy of holding the gauntlet as well. And there are, there's just a whole bevy of interesting characters for the tournament proper.
Okay.
It's honestly too many to name.
That's fair.
So,
were you done? Or?
Sorry. Yeah, I was done explaining that. So if there's anything someone wants to do before the ceremony itself.
Yes.
With that, sorry, go ahead.
Well, between sign up and the ceremony, Nrutas is going to find like a spot that he could set up as one sort, not officially in a display, but subtly, unofficially in a display, like, hey, come look at this amazing thing. And in the process, he's going to see about doing some fine tuning and what have you to prepare Nickel to be in the best possible shape for the next day.
Okay. What? So here is my question. What particular? How much focus are you giving each?
Well, he's primarily focused on making the machine as good as it can be, but he's keeping an eye out in case anyone does come and stand by so that like nobody can kind of sneak up and try and cause any mischief. But if anyone starts, like if there's an opportunity for him to sell himself, he'll take brief pauses to talk with the people who come by.
Okay. So largely tinkering, but occasional salesmanship. Okay.
Largely tinkering with a side order of salesmanship.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see because the more you focus on one, the worse the other is going to do. So go ahead and roll persuasion for me with -2.
Is that in addition to the normal -2?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Your salesmanship seems to be lacking, but your robot is doing better. it's your robot is selling itself, we'll say. Your
I like to let my craftsmanship speak for itself. Eh?
You definitely hear one or two people. You definitely hear one person. Then you should let it speak and shut up. That guy gets pushed out of the crowd by the people who actually do admire your craft. There's a lot of Mapach in the area and like surrounding you, just amazed at your steel defender because let's face facts, it's pretty dang amazing. It is not often that people build completely functioning items that or completely functioning things like this. It's definitely blowing their minds. Sorry, I'm double checking what your infusions are. So,
I'm not sure I know what my infusions are.
You've got a lot. You can enhance a whole bunch of things specific, but
is that supposed to be listed somewhere on my sheet or else?
It's in your abilities. There's a thing called infuse items.
Okay.
So yeah, you can build a lot of items. Pretty dang cool. I was just double checking to see which of these could go into your steel defender. But sorry, double checking because the artificers I'm not are still new enough to me that I haven't like completely I don't completely remember everything they can do. Yep. Yeah. Sorry. I don't think you can infuse the steel defender because it does a lot on its own. But you can also infuse you can also basically make any normal item magical in some very cool ways, or just build some new magic items. Anyways, yeah, sorry, you've rolled your persuasion. Go ahead and roll just what would be the best skill here? Go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
Okay, that's a good one.
With a +2.
Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, nuts. I gotta go with the nat 1.
No, I understand. It's not on you, it's on the dice.
Here's how I'm gonna interpret it. It's not you did a bad job. It's you notice in the middle of sort of this demonstration to the crowd, you have a critical error that if you do not fix tonight will ruin the robot tomorrow. So, and it's something you notice as you're sort of doing this performance. So you will you'll probably be taking a late night. And you might need to miss the ceremony if you want to get through it. So
yeah, well, making sure Nickel is in as good a shape as possible takes precedent over everything else.
All right, so I think you won't be at the ceremony then. Does anyone else want to do something before the ceremony starts? No?
Probably not.
Okay. The ceremony begins. There's a lot of magical light. There's a performance by a whole gaggle of bards. There's a Luma conductor getting a set of Corvum playing these lovely stringed instruments. There's an enormous harp being played by a Cervan, and a set of woodwinds being played by a small group of hedges and it's a lovely, rousing, not hymn, but it's a lovely, rousing sort of ode to Gaspard and to the tournament that he has inspired. And the Master of Ceremonies comes out. It is a Jerbeen. Retells the whole story of Gaspard's slaying of a dragon, of ascension to godhood, and of the work that those who follow in his footsteps have done, complete with a recounting of previous owners of the Gauntlet of Gaspard. And it finishes with the current champion coming out from a sort of like secluded area, gauntlet raised high, sort of showing it off to the crowd. Let's see. Let me just check everyone's passive perception real fast. That's a 1.
I believe mine would be a 15, I think.
I think so.
Mine is 9.
11.
14.
Yeah. The I think
17, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe the only one who catches it is Thistle, and that's mostly because you know exactly what he's dealing with. But the champion is clearly wincing in pain as
a hitch is a slight hitch that he probably catches.
Yeah. As he goes out here in front of the crowd, and says, "Friends, I am so honored to have been the one to hold on to to have been chosen. But now I relinquish this gift," and he raises it. He raises it to the sky and places a hand on the other side to pull it off. "I relinquish this gift for the next worthy champion." Pulls it off and he sets it. He pulls it off and places it on a sort of pillow that is brought out by a Jerbeen dressed in, basically the garments of Gaspard, where it is very quickly rushed off. And he looks to the crowd and smiles and says, "Let's hope you can all provide me some kind of challenge, huh?" And he begins to leave.
Thistle would be there as soon as near to where the matter of thing was, given what she heard in the hitch, and probably looking, either asking the guards or something for something to help him with that area, because it's going to give him issue. She can tell.
Mm-hmm. He as he sort of basically the guards do as you say and sort of help support him as he's walking off. Once he's out of sight from the crowd, who are being the crowd is being let out to a sort of big party area where there's food and drink and music, and it's just a wild time before the actual tournament itself. And the champion, Nin, looks at you and goes, "Thanks, you're oh man, this sucks. You've been a big help already.
You have no need.
I should definitely bring you onto my full-time crew."
I'm just
damn
doing
it.
this. she's going to take a moment at this and will apply just to see if this can help a little bit, at least with the with a cure wounds.
Don't.
Okay, don't bother. Okay.
Yeah, don't bother, because it's a situation of there's not it's not quite a wound.
Okay.
Is how to put it. He basically if he can tell you're sort of starting to do that, he's don't can't use magic on this. Just don't, please.
Okay. I will honor your wishes.
And you hear him sort of mutter under breath that it only gets let me get back in the voice. Oh man, it only gets this bad when I'm near those damn snakes again. And yeah, he leaves.
As I said, he is going to be right there just with him, trying to make sure that when he gets back into the tent, there's the unguent ready. There's some matters of just making sure he's as comfortable as possible, and will say very quietly, again in the very, very, very calm, very neutral tones, I know it's not my business, but if there's anything I can do to further aid, please don't hesitate to call upon me, and I shall try to.
Nin nods to you and then smiles and says, there's one thing you could do. And he sort of points out towards the crowd. Go enjoy the night for me, because I can't. I need to lie down.
And I will be back in with the morning. And he will sort of let himself out and sort of go and see about if the guards are okay, if they've been a little bit scuffed up from the ones with that, before going to probably see about the crowds, or at least, or otherwise enjoy a little bit before retiring to be up way in the morning.
Fair enough. All right, real fast. Alkaid, go ahead and roll investigation.
Eep.
Trust in the dice.
I don't.
Hey!
Well, they
This
apparently
is why I
believe in
say
you.
I don't. No, you see, you got to psych it out so it actually lets you roll.
Oh, of course.
Believe in the dice that believe in you.
No, I got to believe they're going to stab me in the back so that they have to prove themselves.
You find some very important information, Alkaid. One of the guests here, one of the special sort of judges for this particular event, is a pronghorn elder. And specifically, it's the one that manages, or basically this is the sort of elder that keeps track of all Cervan movement through this side of the Humblewood. That is specifically part of their magic. They help manage the sort of migration of the nomadic parts of the Cervan. And they are more than happy to meet with you tomorrow. If you have something you need to ask.
Bless the sky and stars above. Good luck is on my side.
Now, everyone do me a favor and roll perception.
My favorite.
This will be interesting.
Keep missing. Why do I keep missing the stupid thing?
There's some good ones.
About
all right.
time.
The one that missed was a 5.
I rolled a 10 and got the same score as someone who rolled a 2.
Team Bladewind, I think you're enjoying the party.
I mean,
I think we are.
some quantity of enjoying.
I think you're enjoying the brawl you've started.
Yeah. Getting a head
Good way to
start
get
on-
some of the competition out early, yeah.
Yeah.
He's giving a preview of what he intends to do tomorrow.
Just
Nrutas,
a light brawl. just a bit of rowdiness here and there.
Just a tiny one.
Perfectly legal brawl.
Yeah, a push
I'm gonna
here, a
charge
punch
people
there.
For,
You won't see
you want to
bruises
try and fight
in the
this guy,
morning.
pay up some gold, and I'll give you a chance.
I love that so much. I love you basically initiating bets.
Yep.
Oh,
It
man.
fits.
It does. It does. Nrutas, you notice something as you tinker on your robot, and you notice it because it's very important for you to notice it. The weather's changing.
Well, that's not good.
It's gotten cloudy, and it smells odd, possibly like rain. You might need to get to some sort of shelter. Thistle, Alkaid, you catch wind of something else.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Those are not normal clouds. They're too gray. And it's the temperature isn't quite right for it. It's too warm for there to be those kinds of clouds.
It looks like rain, but it doesn't feel like it's going to rain.
Well, first things
Exactly.
first.
Okay.
He's going to use his Arcana to see if this is a particular magic that he might be aware of.
I mean, gray clouds, warm temperatures.
Nope. 13. Probably not.
13. It's with a 13, you get the sense that there is some magic involved, but not magic you are familiar with. It's definitely not something you picked up from your wizard friend who taught you some things.
Okay, well, he's going to find a spot very quietly, and probably sort of nearer to where the champion's tent is. It's probably going to try to dispel it, actually, near the champion's tent, so he can at least get a good bit of rest.
Okay.
Is there a way? How do you use a spell at a higher level with this?
Let me double check. Let me just pull
Yeah.
up Dispel Magic real fast and get off of the Artificer spell list, because that won't help me.
Time to dispel the
believe it.
sky.
You state what level
if
you're
someone's messing
casting
with
it
the
at.
weather,
Yes, for each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spell casting ability. It's 10 plus the spell's level.
Yep.
So
It'd be +4.
Yep. Go ahead.
But
and roll.
just a general area. So, modifier, and then what is it? +2. No, that's. I'm trying to figure out how to do the. Sorry, I'm not very.
No worries. If you want to make a specific modifier, you can just go into the modifier and then type a +4.
Oh,
So like
no.
that would be a roll.
Okay, I can see. I can just hit that. Yeah, and then the d20. So, how many times do you want me to roll? I will be using a 4th level slot for this.
Just go ahead and roll once.
There should be a 17, not a 19.
Yeah. It's not magic that can be dispelled because it is magical, but it's not a spell.
Huh.
That's telling.
Okay.
That means
With that, actually, with the fact that it doesn't seem to be stopping or whatever, he's going to head. I need to mark off a 4th level as well. Going to be taking a moment to get just a little bit of drink and food before returning to double check on the champion, because that kind of thing has him worried about mischief as well as someone might be tampering.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But definitely, you would see a little Hedge probably scurrying back very quickly.
Yes. All right. Does anyone else want to do anything before, the party ends and night falls and the tournament starts tomorrow?
Slip out of the chaos.
Slip out of the chaos? Yeah. Easy enough for you to do.
Slip
One does
away, not giving anyone the
slip
gold
out of
that I
the
took.
chaos.
Revel in the
Slip away
chaos.
with all the gold.
Okay.
Nrutas will attempt to secure some place he can stay out of the coming bad weather for the night.
The Mapach that complimented your robot earlier, comes by because he, saw you tinkering with it because you built up a crowd, and offers you a place to stay. So you are free to, you don't have to worry about finding a place to sleep for the night or a place to keep your robot covered.
All right.
All right. So everyone
I
else
would
gonna
like a quick clarification.
Mhm.
So the physical tournament, spellcasting of any kind is forbidden,
Correct.
including invocations.
I think you might be able to sneak invocations.
All
I
right.
think if there was a warlock on staff, they might not, but I don't think there's a warlock on staff. I think it's more traditional
All right.
wizards.
In that case, I got a few things I can do,
Mm-hmm.
such as magic stone. It'll just look like I'm throwing rocks at people.
Yeah, very well.
Such
All
a
right.
gallery of rogues. I love this.
Alrighty. So is everyone gonna head to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on my radar.
Nrutas will, as soon as he's taken care of making sure that Nickel is all ready for the next day.
It takes a little while, but you do manage to finish it in time to actually get some decent amount of sleep. Night passes. And when you all wake up, you notice something very odd. For midsummer,
It's snowing.
it's snowing.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't look right.
I knew it. I knew there was something with that.
That's definitely odd.
And it's not
It's-
snow.
That would be correct. Stepping outside into the weather, it does not smell like snow.
Is it
Is it
ash?
It's ash.
Those gray clouds in the sky were smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes are darting literally everywhere right now to find out where it's
Yeah,
color
he's
is the
rushing
ash?
back into double checking on the champion after the comment about the snakes.
He looks like the pain you saw in him yesterday and last night. He looks like he's dying. He looks pale and he is sweating, and he has the arm, and you can see that enormous burn on him is glowing red hot. And Nin looks to be in great physical pain.
Does this look like a curse?
It looks a little like a curse, yeah.
Okay, he's going to get his attention, and he's going to basically go I'm try to get him, like, I don't want to do this. I'm sort of very sorry, but this screams curse to me. May I please try something to alleviate the pain? It may not work, but please.
He doesn't look like he heard you at all. He looks completely out of it.
Okay, like, he's going to get one of the guards and say, get the get to one of the best healer around that you can think of. I'm going to try to aid the champion, but like, please, like you could see there's a kind of desperation in his tone as he's trying to get the guards to sort of make their way to that.
The guards nod in equal amounts of desperation because they don't want their boss to die. he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
And they will sort of scatter.
Okay, so I'll double check on something with the spell magic real quick.
Curses are
I
a
don't
little
think the
interesting.
spell magic works on curse.
That's what I'm
Nope.
trying to double check
Curse.
on. Like,
It does not remove curse as its own thing.
Mhm.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
I fashion a mask out of a handkerchief.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Does anyone else want to maybe not breathe in the terrible, terrible ash?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's
Nrutas will try and scrounge together stuff he can use to form a more elaborate and more comfortable protection for his breathing.
A gas
I
mask,
believe-
basically.
I believe you actually can make a gas mask.
Okay, then Nrutas will try and put together a gas mask.
Yeah, I believe with Scroungecraft you can just literally do that. So yeah, it's 10 minutes with any functioning thing. Yeah. Yeah, it'll work for 8 hours. Or it'll work for an hour, sorry, and you can spend some time to make it a permanent thing. Permanently usable, I should say. But yeah, you have a gas mask, so you will do better here. You can see that as far as those of you who are sort of like looking out into the area, you can see a lot of people have opted to stay indoors, but those who didn't have a choice because they were either tenting or basically camping out in tents or didn't really have a place to sleep last night are looking around pretty nervously because this is bad. Simply put, fire in the Humblewood is
bad.
very bad.
Very bad.
There was a calamity before.
There was a calamity before, and that's why there is a whole charred area north of you that has not grown in like 100 years. So
Can I justify using survival to try and pinpoint which direction the
Ash fell
smoke
from?
/ air is falling from and determine which way the assumed blaze is?
sure.
Does the burned area typically have ash storms?
Not that you were aware of.
Okay, because I was saying Asche was just there. So does this look like anything from what his recent experience?
No, it doesn't look like anything you've experienced during your trek through the barren lands. The ash looks familiar, like that was pretty much all over the place, but it spreading like this or ash storms or anything like that was not something you were familiar with. With that survival roll, Alkaid, you can tell that it's coming from the north. It's coming from past the actual tournament grounds.
She sort of wants to head over, start dashing over that way, because if it's confirm it's a blaze, and if there's anyone there to go, and then we need to yell that it's a blaze.
This is why, Krakens aside, I prefer the sea.
Something else happens to those of you who are outside. You hear from one of the from the sort of on the map, the number 1, the sort of big sort of mayor's office area. You hear a voice yelling, "The gauntlet! It's gone!"
Naturally. Well,
Over yonder actually goes after picking up mask and goggles if available, just as eye protection.
Mm-hmm. Should be easy enough to locate.
Well, I think that like Hastings' justification is like everyone else around here is too terrified. So if you want something done, you got to do it yourself.
I smell a reward.
Yeah, there would definitely be a reward for getting back Gaspard's gauntlet.
So I guess our team will head on over.
Yeah.
Team Sweet Flips. Team. Yeah.
Once he completes his gas mask, Nrutas is going to be looking into this as well.
I have a question for you. What's the skull doing? Since he's trying to make sure while they're getting a healer or whatever, what is the skull? Has the skull changed at all?
The fire
No,
elemental
the trophy
skull?
that-
No.
It hasn't. It looks just as it did when you first entered.
Okay.
By the way,
Mhm.
if Darragh sees Nrutas with the gas mask, he's going to want to have him fashion one for himself. He'll pay, of course.
Should be able to do that.
I'll see what I can do for you.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
goodness.
just the Darth Vader breathing into that voice.
Choice. Yeah, very choice.
That's so choice.
Yep.
All right. So Alkaid, you can tell it's coming from the north.
Is
Team-
there time for Nrutas to put together additional gas masks before they head out?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Nrutas will get to work assembling gas masks for the team.
Yes, the Jerbeen, who you recognize as the one who picked up the gauntlet last night, does ask for aid from pretty much all of you, gathering y'all together as a group if necessary. For this to happen, and says, "I don't know where they might have taken it, but it probably has something to do with this, whatever this is."
Well, it's Asche for starters.
Ash possibly from Ablaze. Do we know which way it's coming from? Odds are that's where the gauntlet was taken.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like outside the realm of coincidence.
Does Alkaid want to share that in, or did Alkaid run off on their own?
Alkaid ran off.
Okay.
I'm like, why are we quiet? It's like, oh, you think I was there?
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to double check that. Let me.
So can the rest of us make survival rolls, try to see if we can tell which way the ash is coming from?
I think the Jerbeen who gave you the information, I just rolled for him, says, "I think it's coming from the north. That if I, yes. The pattern in the cloud suggests it's coming from the north."
The north we will check.
All right, we're off then.
All right. I guess we'll start with Alkaid. Alkaid, you head up past the tournament grounds, and you can tell the ash is getting thicker here. It's starting to really build up, and it feels fresh, but you can't see any signs of a blaze. If something is burning, you can't see it offhand. But you do see something. You see a Cervan. A familiar-looking Cervan. And in one hand is the gauntlet, of Gaspard.
Maya?
Huh.
The Cervan pauses and looks back towards you and says, Alkaid? Is that you?
Maya, what are you doing?
And she turns back towards the north, trying to stop whatever this is. And raises the gauntlet, aiming it at something. You're not sure what. Roll perception, Alkaid.
Nope.
Let me just roll perception for Maya.
You smoke. You last smoke.
This is what you get for running off without a gas mask.
I have something over my nose.
I have a sticking suspicion of where that's being aimed.
You see the gauntlet beginning to glow in a holy light, and you can see that same holy light's beginning to surround Maya. And her clothing begins to sort of billow, and you can see the holy symbol of Gaspard sort of sewn into the underside of her cloak. And then you see her disappear into the maw of an ash snake.
Of a what? Sorry, it cut off.
You see her disappear into the maw of an ash snake.
I'm not going to grace your ears with the volume of which she screams her name, so I'm just going to tell you that she does that.
Oh boy.
Seems fair. Let me pull up a map real fast.
Because I can assure you, I can hit really high pitches.
I imagine probably everyone is hearing that.
Actually, yeah, that probably echoes through the forest.
You definitely hear it.
Is it something that the rest of the party can home in on?
Yes.
Yes.
Easily.
You can hear that.
Where is that one
Well,
map?
that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all.
Don't ruin the moment.
I think we found a trouble spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah. You'd
You
hear the
probably
words
did.
of, watch over him. I'm going to see what that was. Someone else. And he's darting as quick as he can.
So, loud scream in the direction that the smoke's coming from. Might be a
Mm-hmm.
good idea to go there.
I keep forgetting that Thistle is a tiny little hedgehog. Then I remember, and then I just imagine this running waddle, and it's really entertaining.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry.
I'm just picturing I'm just picturing the sort of traditional, hearing a hedgehog.
Just all these tiny legs.
Mhm.
Well, at least it can be said this ash snake had good taste.
Mhm.
No. Wrong. Desist.
God. Oh,
Try again.
macabre.
So let me get everyone roughly where they are. Thistle, you are going to be off map for right now. Also,
Yep, I
Tiny
imagine so.
I need to remove that token because I will need to add it at its proper size.
No,
Oh.
it's fine to be that size. It's fine.
So, for reference, I mean, I know the Steel Defender token shows it like a dog. I'm gonna say it's more like it's more two-legged.
Yeah, you can specifically it can look like anything, two-legged or four-legged if you like. So No worries there.
Okay, that's weird. Is there a way to like move the map generally with
Yeah, use the middle mouse
there's-
button to click and
Yeah.
drag.
Yeah.
There's also
Okay.
a tiny thing in the right bottom right
If
corner.
you grab that compass button and drag, it'll drag it the same way.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was trying to figure out. Thank you. It's just a little unusual for me. I'm just used to the left mouse, right mouse rather than middle. Oh boy.
it is.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Ha ha ha!
Mhm.
You say that.
I get it.
So
Oh
funny.
dear.
That's quite large.
Yes. It ate a whole deer just now.
Well, this'll
this
be
is a
fun.
stag party, huh?
No.
It's what?
A stag party.
Stop it.
So
See,
I think I've established my barterd with that one.
yes.
Sure.
It's a big snake.
It is a big
Made of
snake.
fire and ash. Lovely.
Made of fire and ash. Yes. Should we roll initiative? I
Yeah.
feel like we should roll initiative.
Yeah,
That's-
All right.
maybe.
It's time.
There's not really much else to do.
Whoops, that's the wrong button. Come on. Let me roll initiative for people, please. Combat has begun.
Okay, so just
No.
pure on decks, huh? Or is there a button for
No,
that?
who's gonna do it for us?
There's a button
Yeah,
that rolls
I-
it for everybody.
At
Oh,
least
okay.
it's supposed to be. It's not letting me for whatever reason.
So should we just roll it individually then?
I guess so, yeah. Oh wait, hold on, I found it. I
Nope,
found it.
nope.
It was in the wrong
Good.
it was in a different order than I'm used to. So roll all initiatives. Oh good.
All
Darragh,
right.
you're going first.
Let's see. To start
Steel
off
Defenders.
with,
Isn't the Steel Defender supposed to go right after Nrutas?
It will go right after you, yeah.
Okay.
let me just take a look at what I have.
Sorry, I'm trying to move
Gotta
it up
find a
the
thing.
order. I'll change its initiative to 12 then.
Probably 11.
Well, it's
fine.
supposed to go. It's supposed to go right after. Sorry, I'm trying to get this organized properly. It's not letting me. Please function as I demand. You know what? I bet it's because I rolled NPC initiative as well. So I'm gonna just not do that one. Or we just know that the Steel Defender goes after Nrutas. We'll just
Yeah,
ignore
right.
it in the meanwhile.
So I'm going to start by using Fiendish Vigor,
Mm-hmm.
which casts False Life at a level 1 spell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1d4 plus 4 temporary HP.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 7 temp HP.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I believe that takes an action.
I believe so, yes.
So, since that's that, I'm going to move about here. And for my bonus action, I am going to cast. Where is it? Magic Stone
Mm-hmm.
on some stones in my pocket.
Okay.
3 of them.
All right. Is that your whole turn?
That would be my action, movement, and bonus.
All righty. Nrutas, it's you.
Okay, so on the map, 30 feet is 6 squares.
Yes.
Roughly, yes.
Okay, so and casting a spell is a normal action.
Depends on the spell. Usually an action.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, Nrutas is going to what's if it doesn't say anything, is there any benefit for going a higher level?
Not inherently, no.
No.
Okay, Nrutas is going to let me
Technically, only a minor save boost, but that's about it. Usually, it's
Doing
So it's
this the
usually to
higher
cast
level,
something-
it's more for like if you have to roll damage die, because then it adds numbers or adds more dice to your damage.
Okay, Nrutas
healing
is
as
going
such.
to establish an aura of vitality.
Okay. Seems decent. So that is a 30-foot radius of healing energy.
As a bonus
Okay.
action.
Yeah, as a bonus action, any creature in the area, including you, can gain 2d6 points. Nice. That's solid.
That just lasts.
It's specifically it's concentration up to a minute.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Which is
still,
forever in combat.
it can definitely feel like forever. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to get the proper circlage around you. This is your aura of healing.
And that'll just follow him.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
I'll move it to follow you, but yeah, it'll follow you.
So, and I can still do a movement, right?
Yep.
You've used a bonus so far, so yeah.
Yeah, you can still do movement and a full action.
Okay. Can I, if I move to the tree, can I then climb up the tree for elevation?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It will have reach, probably.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 movement up the tree.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said also, I mean, I can still perform an attack.
You have a full action, yeah.
Okay, I guess I did not realize. Well, it says Aura of Vitality, casting time, 1 action.
Oh,
then that
that's
would
a
be an
full
action.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I read it as bonus. I heard bonus action. My brain.
Okay, I
changed.
didn't-
So, yeah.
So yeah, he's right there just with
Mhm.
his healing shield.
It is concentration, so you will need to be wary of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Concentration is basically 10 plus half the damage if it's over 20, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Your Steel Defender. What is your Steel Defender going to do?
I'm not entirely sure what the Steel Defender can do. I mean, I'm guessing there's the obvious run up and punch it, but what are the other? I mean, what else does my Steel Defender have as options?
It has it does have the sort of melee stuff. I believe you can in your believe in your infusions. Do the infusions count for your Steel Defender? Or let me double check this.
Time to check the book.
Yes. It can move and use its reaction on its own unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take one of the actions, stat block, or the dash, disengage, help, hide, or search actions. Aside from that, I believe you can also infuse it with some of your magic. So I believe no, that's the homunculus servant. That's a different thing. No, I don't think. I think right now it's mostly about punching or taking damage for somebody else, because
Okay.
it won't die.
That would be a Steel Defender for you.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah. The Steel Defender is going to run up next to Alkaid,
Mm-hmm.
and then using one of the one of the infusion things, that'd be an action.
The infusions are things you do, but the infusions are specifically for like specific items, like simple or martial weapons, shields, armor, etc.
So to use the
You do the infusions, not your defender.
so the defender's action then is pretty much
Attack, defend, run. Got those.
okay. So would it be so defend would say if it attacks such and such.
I mean, defense means that it has advantage on defending. If I
Okay, it will prepare to defend itself.
okay, yeah, it's deflect attack. Oh no, it's the reaction.
The dodge action.
Yeah, dodge action. Yes, thank you. All right, so that is set. Alkaid, what would you like to do?
There's smart things, logical things, and stupid things.
There are indeed things.
And I believe all the choices that I've been thinking of are a mixture of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Are you going to dive into the snake?
not yet.
Okay.
That's later.
That's the desperation move.
We're still early. Maybe I can punch it to make up my move.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll dive into it later. So I'm going to try an unarmed strike.
Okay. That is a 14. That is a hit.
Yay!
Okay.
And then I'm going to use a key point to do flurry of blows
Mm-hmm.
and make 2 more unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Punch that
Not
snake.
a hit.
Oh
Not a
my
hit.
word!
Wow!
The dice are- uh-oh.
Listen, my friend just got eaten in front of me.
No, these dice are just
Expecting
being
all of my
mean.
dice to be good. You're mistaken.
No worries. No worries.
I figured they at least go for vengeance. Like, come on, dice.
Oh wait, I have a an extra attack.
Yeah, you sure do. That's a hit.
And that's why.
Hua!
Okay.
Literally, I feel like there's a lot of punching and then punching smoke that doesn't end up actually being the part of the ash snake, and then there's a lot of spit her.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely took that. So, that was your action. Anything else?
No. I used action, bonus action, and tiny bit of movement. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, Thistle. I believe now is about the time you actually enter the scene. I'm
Okay,
gonna say that's your movement, though.
Okay, that's fine. Seeing the big thing and all, like, she's going to. Sorry, dang it, I am.
It's fine.
You are really
he's
setting that
going
habit,
to-
aren't you?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm so used to thinking of the one of my characters I've been playing recently have both been a lady, so it's sticking with me for the gender pronouns.
Gotcha.
It's all good.
Oh, I can't use that unfortunately because of the line.
Sorry, I really like Vermin Quest. Ouch! Right in the hisser.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, actually,
Punch that snake. I speak with exclamation points after every word.
I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to curse it.
Ooh, okay.
I am going to. You see this little hedgehog come up and vehemently speak something that just sounds wrong as he points to the snake as the discharge seems to. Doesn't want to. Okay, cast. There we go. This bestow curse, and this is on its strength is what I'm targeting with it.
Okay. Let me. It's got to make a wisdom saving throw, huh?
Yep.
I don't think that does it.
Yeah. So let me double check on the. It doesn't want to. Disadvantage is saying. Let's see.
Yeah, so you're choosing the strength score, so it is disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws.
Could you actually give a disadvantage on intelligence, please?
I did strength because that's probably what it's going to strike with. So it's
we're talking about
disadvantage
saving.
on all.
Does it also affects attack rolls?
Yeah. Ability checks.
All right.
Yeah, and also Thistle's attacks are going to deal extra damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yep. All right. And so the duration for that is up to 1 minute.
It saves each at every round too. It's one per up to a minute.
Yeah. So it basically gets 6 tries.
Yep.
All right. Is that your turn?
That would be my turn for everything. Yep.
Hastings.
All right.
Show the snake who's boss, I suppose.
Run up. Use my bonus action to attempt some misdirection.
Okay.
It needs to make a intelligence saving throw against proficiency plus. So that's 15.
It doesn't make it. It's a snake.
All right, which means, they must spend their action to attack a creature of my choice within 5 feet of them. If no other creatures are present within 5 feet, they wasted their action attacking the area where I once was.
Okay.
So they just flail out at nothing. But what that means is that I can then, if I hit, I can apply my blindside feature.
Nice.
So I will make an attack with the whip, and I get 2 attacks.
Vicious whip, no less.
Oh, the vicious whip. I need to make sure I'm using that.
It should be the whip you're using.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
all the wows.
This
that's
snake
a
is
hit.
not having a good day.
This is why these are 2 crit hits in a row. Or no, not in a row.
So, and because it is I have successfully misdirected it this turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I can apply my blindside technique, which adds an extra 5d6 damage.
Sounds real good.
Yeah. Anyway, so damage first, basic damage for vicious whip. All right, that's 10. 5d6.
Cats.
Plus 7 because it's a vicious whip.
That is true.
So
Plus 7. Plus 7
so you
because
just
it's
did-
yeah.
So you just did 34 damage to it.
On that
Okay.
on that attack.
On that attack, yes.
Need to do my second attack.
Hastings doesn't even need the rest of us. We're just slowing it.
Turns out my reputation is quite well earned.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And that'll be another
Okay.
6 damage.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Okay. That's dang. So the snake has taken 58 damage. You cut its head off.
Wow.
With a whip.
Mm-hmm. You
Indeed would be
Belmonted the
proud.
crap. You Belmonted the crap out of it. It's not like there's bone and stuff.
Yeah.
It's made of ash and fire. You cut it off, and you see, instead of rather than blood, it's more like molten stone coming out of what would be veins. And it's still writhing in agony, even though it lacks a head.
Okay,
Don't
so
hydra.
not quite done yet. Got it.
Asche, what would you like to do?
Asche.
Asche, sorry, I keep doing that.
You are muted currently, Winged Cat. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I forgot I was still muted. Is it apparent where the swallowed friend is?
Not quite. You presume somewhere in the tube that is Snake.
Okay, well, suppose use my bonus action for a dash and move on up with my rapier out and start cutting Snake until I find friend.
Go ahead and roll attack for me, will you?
Sure.
That's a hit.
Okay.
With your short bow?
Oh, sorry. Well, it's the same die for my rapier.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still a hit. Just roll rapier damage instead of short bow damage.
Right. And by the way, I also get sneak attack since I can do it so long as there's no a friendly thing to the enemy within 5 feet, and there isn't.
Yep.
Okay, so how do I get 5 dice here? 5d6.
If you pick up any die and right click, you can multiply them. Or add more, I should say.
Yeah, just hold
Like
in.
so.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 29. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Let me just math this out real quick. That's
Get
a
a hit.
whole 87 damage in total from y'all in one round. Dang.
I mean,
So
everything
is
fell
a
into place
non-natural
there.
20 still a crit?
No, a non-natural 20 is not a crit.
So then -8 from that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, why did it do a critical there?
Why did it?
I don't know.
Good question.
It automatically added a critical die for no reason.
I don't know, and I'm not going to be able to figure it out right off. I'd rather continue on if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Snake is headless. And it stopped sort of wriggling. You have no idea, like you still didn't quite catch where Deer went. Roll perception for me, everybody.
Good times.
Yeah.
Screaming deer.
Okay, let's. There's perception.
My perception is equaled out because of that luck stone.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say, Nrutas, you're up in the tree. I think you have advantage on perception. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Not
Okay.
much. Not much, but it's better.
Not much. Enough.
12, 20, 11, 10.
What? Hold on. Give me a second here. What?
Rising from the ash are 3 more what you guessed were ash snakes and are now realizing are the heads of something much, much worse.
Oh boy.
The hell is a Tephra?
Is this an Ash Hydra?
No, stop this.
The head in front of you, rather, the neck in front of you, begins to shake even more frantically. And you see it begin to split.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Knew it!
And let me go ahead and add another head.
No, that's okay. You don't have to.
I kind of do, though. That's how Hydra works. Whoops, that is the wrong thing I meant to add it here.
So basically, we need to kill the body.
Yeah.
It tends to be the thing.
Where's the... I added a pin that's not going to be helpful there, but oh well. There are now 2 heads in front of you. Let me double check how the regeneration works real fast. It gains 10 hit points, so it goes down to only 59 damage. And I will say that the Tephra does not react this turn because it basically spent it revealing itself. Everyone, Initiative starts again.
Oh, Gaspard.
Lovely. Good times. All right,
Back
what's
to
the game
me.
plan? I think it's just rush the Teffer body and hack it to pieces, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe have the
How
maybe have the Steel Defender run interference for the ones on the side.
how sturdy do the heads look?
Very.
Like, and how much ash is like down here?
Enough to fully hide the heads. They were buried completely under ash and rose from the ground in that time frame.
Okay. Well, good news, bad news, and worse news. Oh boy.
So from this position, do I have a clear line of sight to the Tefra, or is it blocked by those trees?
You have a clear line of sight. The trees are not thick enough to really distract you, and this thing is literally colossal.
Okay, right. Well, from there, I'm going to summon my packed weapon as a longbow with the Eldritch, or the Eldritch Invocation, improved packed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote all my invocations in a notepad.
And here we thought that
Not what
this
they do, but
combat
just what
would
they
be
are.
Sorry.
Got improved pack weapon and thirsting blade.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to attack it twice this turn.
Okay. That is a hit.
17 hit. Okay. Not a whole lot of damage, but
No, not a whole lot. It's a start, though.
it is a start. And it would be less if I didn't have the Hex Warrior thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get to add my Charisma modifier to all that stuff.
That is a hit. Because it is the same attack.
It is the same attack. And one more damage.
Woo! All right. Is that your full turn?
I don't think I can do anything else at the moment.
Okay.
Well, actually, can you cast Smite on ranged attacks?
Let me double check that real fast.
No, you can't.
No?
Okay.
No. And it's infuriating.
Yeah, it specifically says melee weapon attacks.
I can't have my paladin archer.
Oh,
I'm thinking specifically of Eldritch Smite.
Eldritch Smite, you say? Let me
Yeah.
double check.
It says when you hit a creature with your packed
If you
weapon.
Yeah, I think that actually does work then.
All right.
Yeah, I was just thinking in normal smite terms. Smite is very specific.
Well, I'm still probably not going to do it because I can do more damage
Mm-hmm.
if I use my packed weapon as a longsword. Getting
Fair
up close
enough.
to it.
Fair enough. Nrutas, I believe it's your turn then. Jawa?
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay, so a couple important questions. One, do I need to actually be adjacent to the Steel Defender to use infusions?
Again, the infusions are only for weapons.
Well, I mean, what is it I do with... I mean, so I can't do anything to improve the Steel Defender?
I think I made a mistake, and I think you're supposed to be able to give the defender weapons, but I like I said, I don't know this class very well right now.
Okay.
Because the whole point of the Artificer is that they get bonuses to, like, basically they get to make magical weapons. The defender is there to just be run defense for a caster, basically.
Okay, here's an... Okay, let's see, I need to find it here. Okay, I had it.
Yeah, infusions are basically something you do after you like long rest or whatever, so you can choose what you put them in.
Okay, okay. This is. I feel like I have to ask if this is a way I can swing it. On the heroism, it says a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. It says, I mean, when you use it on a spell slot of a second level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot level above it. Could I play it as I mean, if I'm moving, could I play it as giving heroism to multiple people as he runs by?
I think it's whoever you can touch in one spot.
Yeah, I think so. Additionally, that would cancel out your aura of vitality. Just letting you know.
You can only hold one concentration effect at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I added shield so many times.
Okay, first, let's see. I may ask, do we think that would be better, or is the healing aura probably better right now?
We're probably going to take a bit of damage next turn.
Yeah.
You'll probably want the healing aura.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing something that'll probably buy us a little bit of time, hopefully, but it may not. We'll see.
I'm not.
I'm just going to basically try and style on them.
I really like Hydra's people.
Do you now? Good to know.
Yeah.
I love them. I don't like fighting them.
No, they're very bad to fight.
Also, I just realized my walking speed is 55 feet.
Yeah, you've got a really fast. You're fast at walking.
Okay, so first Nrutas is going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going to climb up that tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ooh, okay. That simplifies things.
Yes, that is exactly in range where I need it to be.
Oh, the healing aura?
Yes.
Okay. And then... Let me... Yeah, I'm going to use... I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... The Tephra is within 60 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can I see it from there, or is the head in the way?
You can see it, because again, the head goes to it, and it's a big monster. It's a very big monster.
Okay, then I'm going to use my cantrip Frostbite. Gonna shoot a freezing beam at it.
Nice. All right. There should be a roll, I think.
I think Frostbite's a save.
Oh. Yeah, it's a Constitution saving throw. Okay.
And on failed, I get 2d6 since I'm 5th level.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me pull up the Tephra's stats.
And a nasty little effect if it hits.
Dang, I do believe that's a hit.
Okay, so I get... Yeah, so... What... Should I just roll... I mean, put 2d6?
Yep.
Yeah, just roll 2d6.
All right.
It takes 6 cold damage, which actually means it takes 12 cold damage.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
It
that makes
also
sense.
has disadvantage on its next weapon attack for the end of its next turn.
I feel like keyword there is weapon.
Yeah. I don't think the heads count as weapons.
Yeah, they don't. They wouldn't have the weapon
I think
keyword.
this thing needs to chill out, see?
God.
All right, what's your Steel Defender doing?
Well, the Steel Defender can really only can basically attack or run defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or may not be a bad thing. It can take out some snakes, but that might be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because hydras.
Could the steel defender like try and grab onto the ash, like an ash snake head with like a headlock?
It can certainly try. It's a lot bigger.
Yeah, a size difference like that kind of makes grappling not really.
Grab on, distract it.
Yeah, it can try. Yeah.
Okay.
If you use your bonus action to give it that order, you certainly can.
Oh, do I need to use a bonus? Do I need to use
commanding the defender is a bonus action.
Yeah.
So, okay. So if I take another bonus action, it just stays put. Or continues.
It can use.
It
can move an attack on its own, right? But to do something specific, you need.
Yeah. It can move an attack on its own, but if you want it to do something more specific, instructions.
Okay. Nickel, see if you can keep that snake busy, see?
Okay. Which head?
Yes, we'll go for Ash Snake 5, the ones that's closest to being in the way, and it will try and leap up and and lunge onto and grab onto the top of the head.
Okay, let me do a strength check. And a competing grapple check from Ash Snake 5. Success from Nickel. The Nickel is now on Ash Snake 5, aka head number 5. And will continue to distract it.
Well, that's something.
Yeah. It will have disadvantage on any attacks it make anything but the robot. So, Alkaid.
We're gonna Neum around.
Neum around.
Neum around.
All right. Fair enough.
Because heads are clearly not gonna do anything, and even if Maya's going down the throat, we gotta get it before it hits she hits the stomach.
Clearly.
Okay.
Throw up, my friend.
I missed it, and now it's a 17. I'm mad.
That is not a hit.
Second attack. Darn it!
Not a hit.
Oh no.
If
Please, dice, don't do this.
If deer could scream, that is what's happening.
They can. It's horrifying.
Yeah,
I know.
There's nothing stopping them.
They're horrified. Deer screaming.
I guess next round, Thistle.
Okay, so she's going to move one. Whoopsie. Okay, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. She moves up, and the heads are basically connected to the body here, rather than. And how far up are they, real quick? I'm double checking on something because I might have an idea.
How far up?
Are their heads off the ground?
In this particular case, probably good 5-10 feet.
Hey, quick question. Can I put the Steel Defender on top of the Ash Snake's head?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to use this unusual spell, but hopefully it works in this case. Plant growth.
Okay.
And basically pretty much bind the heads from moving much. It basically means that... let me see if I can get this thing to actually show. It doesn't want to... But basically, it takes them for every foot of movement. It basically, for them to move 5 feet, it takes them 20 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And basically, it's a 100-foot area. And I can shape the exclusion zone. But basically, leading up to the snake from the right-hand side, from where we are is unimpeded, but everywhere else is plant growth.
Okay.
Does that affect every creature moving through it?
Yes, it's a dual-edged sword, but basically everything around us erupts in plants that seem to sort of grab. And
I was gonna like sneak through the.
basically on the right-hand side here, basically from like where the middle snake is down, the two areas, the three like basically down that way is clear of any kind of foliage. Like I can create an exclusion zone, but basically, I wish I could draw on the map, but I can't. But basically.
Can you might be able to, if you right click on the map, can you see like an arrow
Yeah.
that says pointers?
Yep, I see it.
You should be able to draw.
Oh, wait.
You can draw an
Yep,
arrow, a
okay.
square, a circle, a cone, whatever you need.
Whoop,
Yep.
no. But yeah, basically pointers, yep. Oh, I see, yep. Okay, pointers, draw a square. Oop, oh, I see. I like that.
It's
Okay,
going to come
well,
up really big.
No, it doesn't want to sort of... it doesn't want to really work that way, unfortunately. I'll get it... Oh, dang it, that was the wrong window.
It happens.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll get it... Yeah, drawing.
Or you can just use the drawing.
Yeah,
tool,
sorry,
apparently.
but basically,
Yeah,
sort of
or you
around
can
like that is basically sort of the, like that is basically around the. We have a way up and into facing it,
Okay.
but sort of like that.
Yes. I can see the drawing now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can Nrutas move through the? I mean, would Nrutas be able to move through trees and above it?
Well, this is the part that's clear.
You're in the clear
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Apparently, everywhere else is difficult, super difficult.
Yeah, consider you 20 feet of movement for every 5 you want to go.
Oops.
So it's just basically designed to slow the heads down.
Well, that kind of interferes with a cool thing I wanted to do, but okay.
Hold
Yeah.
on, I'm making my own pointers to demonstrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not really.
No,
used
no
to it.
worries.
In the
This
top
is a
right,
this is a weird one.
clear or
Yeah, basically where there's where being shown is clear terrain.
okay.
Because the lines are really thin where you drew.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not really.
It's okay. None of us have actually used the draw tool.
Yeah.
I don't use it that often. I use pointers a lot, but that's because I frequently have things to show you.
Yes.
I said that in like the weirdest way possible.
I have such delights
Anyway, there
to
we
show
go.
you.
Anyways, those consecutive 15-foot cubes are
Yeah.
the path. All right. Is that all your turn, Thistle?
Yeah, that's. I don't have a bonus action for things. Well,
Mhm.
actually, wait a minute. I do have. Wait, is that a? I believe that is a bonus action. I need to double check. Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action or a? Yeah, bonus action. I'm going to after the fact that he pretty much walloped the one thing. I'm going to give the Bardic Inspiration to Hastings here,
Hooray.
Mhm.
which gives you a D10 to use as you want. You can use it for damage, attack rolls, whatever.
Noted.
Just a D10.
Nice.
Lovely.
Hastings,
Well,
I believe it is your turn.
because I have
Go be
nimbleness,
awesome.
because I have nimbleness and I'm small, what I was originally wanting to do was just go cut straight through the ash snake and just go straight up there. But now that that's hyper difficult terrain, I guess I'll just go around. About here. Does this put me adjacent to both the Tephra and the ash snake?
Yes.
There's another space.
The Tephra's red zone, because it's is the radius. You are
Okay.
with like if I hover over you, you hit both.
I've got reach anyway with the
Yeah.
rip, but I can't do the blindside combo again. That is per short rest, but I can use misdirection every turn as a bonus action. So I'm going to misdirect Ash Snake 5. It has to make an intelligence saving throw versus 15.
While it has a skill defender on its head.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it needs to. It will flail.
It will. Let me read the specific wording. On a failure, they must spend their reaction to attack a creature of my choice within 5 feet of them, which would be Ash Snake 1.
All right. Does that happen immediately, or
That
does it
happens.
during its turn?
That happens as a reaction right now.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Ash Snake 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll... Yeah, that's going to hit. So let's do the full set of damage, which is that. Yeah, okay. Ash Snake 1 takes 10. I'm sorry, 11.
Just for style, and maybe to confuse it a bit, because it's its own heads smacking into each other.
While a Steel Defender is riding around on it.
Surfing doggy.
All right, and then I will take a couple attacks against the Tephra. 22
That's a
hit.
hit.
Okay.
Yep.
I will roll that damage and add the D10 there. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that's 15.
All right, and then one more whip attack. Ugh, natural 1.
Yep, that's an automatic miss.
All right, well.
You tried.
Yeah.
Hey, inspiration paid off.
Yeah, no, that worked.
Asche!
All right. So so first is a bonus action to disengage. So what my movement doesn't make attacks of opportunity, and then over here still clear terrain.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if that 10 foot square was
No, that was just an
part of it.
accidental pointer, but
Yeah, I was
that
trying to sort of give it a round, like usually people had enough to try to flank a little bit. So
Right. But anyway, I can move here in a single move action.
Yeah, you should be able to, yes.
Okay. And again, since disengaged, that didn't provoke anything from the Snake 5.
Mm-hmm.
So since I'm here, attack.
Okay.
And since it's all one creature, there is no other creature within 5 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a hit.
Okay, so main damage, and then I get sneak attack because it's on its own.
Mm-hmm.
that's no ally within 5 feet, right? Or no creature?
No allied creature.
Okay, good.
Right? No, we don't count for ruining this.
That's 26. That's pretty good.
And that's-
Pretty good.
Yeah, you're going to have to get that burst damage now that I've spent mine.
All right. So that's, let's see, 26. Sorry, I'm trying to math in my head real. All right. Yeah, that's solid.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Tephra turn.
it's entangled. So
We're all going to die.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do
I'm not.
this.
The long-awaited GM's revenge.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me just
I have one question: is the fact I cast it on a head, does that count for the body or not?
it'll count for the body.
So it has disadvantage on these.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. It sure
Ooh,
does.
Thank heavens.
Wow. I was a little dubious about that curse, to be honest, but if it affects the entire body, oh boy.
Let me just 1, 2, 3. Okay.
You may have just saved us big
So
time.
what happened to Ash Snake 4? Because we got 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah. Because it uses Hydra rules, every certain amount of damage a head dies.
Okay, so
Oh,
4 died, and now
4
we have
died
1
and
5.
became, yeah.
Yeah. 4
Okay.
dissolved into ash.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha.
Let me just see this. Oh, I have forgotten to do some stuff that I could have done. Oh, well, I'll do it next time. Ash Snake 5 is going to attempt to constrict, or rather, Tephra Head 5, I should say, is going to attempt to constrict the Steel Defender. Yeah, sorry, brain. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Ooh.
Cat, stop moving.
Yeah, I think your robot might have been crushed. I think it will need to revive. So,
We can't see your die rolls, so you'd have to call out the amount of damage.
oh, you can't see mine? Oh,
No,
let's
we're
see.
just in shadow rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had set it up that you could see mine. Never mind.
No.
That was a.
You.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I also have disadvantage. Never mind. I need to re-roll anyway.
Okay. Are you,
Okay. Yeah. I rolled initially. I rolled a 25 because it was a nat 20. Fortunately, the second roll is a 12, and that does not hit your robot.
woohoo!
Barely.
So you have the sight as well. You saw the death.
Mhm. All right. Ash Snake 1 with its movement speed is going to. You said every
For
5
every
feet
5
is
feet is 20 feet of movement.
okay. So, I think something roughly like that is analogous to 5 feet.
Yeah.
So, with its speed of 30, it's not going to get to do much there. But let me just
Yeah,
let's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think. Let me double check with a pointer. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I think that'll work.
Oh boy.
Ah,
Will the two of you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes. And this is going to be bad because
this
I'm
is
going to have to.
something- So this is not something I can use shield on, is it?
I do not believe so. Let me double check.
shield adds to your armor class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for saving throws.
Okay. So yeah, a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That is-
Ow!
no.
-1.
what are your
Could not
stats,
get
my
much
dude?
worse.
Natural 1 - 2. Dear God.
So, the head rears back and then lunges forward, and hot pyroclastic ash envelops the both of you. Take 6 fire damage, Thistle, and take 12, Nruta.
Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this now. Because I took damage.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that kills my curse because that was a concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to do the same thing, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do the same thing as well.
Just a
So-
DC 10.
That's for So I roll for Constitution, right?
Yes.
Now, is that a save or a check?
Woohoo!
Basically, it's just a straight con check. Basically,
Yeah.
if you can make 10 plus whatever the damage, if it's above 20, you get an extra little bit. So 22 is 11, and
Yep.
so
Yeah,
on.
my concentration just ain't breaking.
Nope.
Yeah, you're probably not going to lose it, but I don't have that. I have a 10 con, so
Mm-hmm.
it was
So,
a 50-50.
Did you already apply? Okay, did you already apply the damage or?
No, I
For
hadn't
those that
applied
you
the
were-
damage. I can add it to you real fast. I mean, you can type in there too.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep,
so,
I already got it. So,
Anyways.
you've got it. So
but yeah,
Yep.
it would pretty much fade for the with the thing. Oh well.
I'll
At
go
least it
ahead
Saved.
and do this. These two heads are moving closer, but that's really all they can do, unfortunately.
Because our control is just
Um,
that good.
Yeah, good.
This is
good
why I love
AOE.
control.
Good AOE effect.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do believe the Tephra body does not have a head on its own, so we cut back to Darragh.
All right. So let's see. 5, 10, 20. Move up to there. And let's make sure that doesn't take an action. It is a bonus action. All right, so I cast I put my Baleful Curse on the Tephra. So I gain bonus damage against it equal to my proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Critical hits are now 19 or 20 on a d20.
Mm-hmm.
If I do that. And when it dies, I regain hit points.
That'll be good.
That is that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also with Armor of Hexes, if it hits me, then I get to roll a d6, and if it's 4 or greater, then the attack misses.
Okay.
But that's only if it uses an attack roll.
All right.
Now I am going to cast Cone of Cold.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's DC 16 is the saving that it needs to gain.
A DC 16 what?
Constitution.
Constitution? That is a miss.
All right. So now what is my proficiency bonus? That is +4.
What?
Wow.
Ooh,
Excuse
beautiful
me?
3
roll.
damage. Cone of Cold is 8d8 plus
Yeah.
4 because curse.
Yeah. Dang. That's 86 damage right there.
Oh.
Yep.
Yowza.
Oh.
It takes double damage from cold.
Yeah, that puts it at yeah. Oops. Did it
It
wrong.
also takes up one of my spell slots.
I
Hey,
mean,
that
well
was a great use
spent.
of a level 5.
Yeah.
That was a great use of a level 5.
Let me go ahead and
I mean, all of my spells are level 5. Because that's the way warlocks work.
Right,
Yep.
warlocks. Yeah.
So I can do that one more time before I need a short rest.
I don't know if it's going to be super necessary.
Yeah, it might not be.
Yeah.
Because that definitely got rid of 2 of the heads.
Oh,
Just in that.
does it eat up the head's
So-
health
so
for...
does-
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So does the robot then just fall to the ground?
It sure does. It falls into this enormous pile of ash
And plants.
and plants. Yes.
It's like the oh, what's the name of that thing? You know, the NES shooter dog?
Oh, Duck Hunt.
Yeah, Duck Hunt. Yeah, the Duck Hunt dog.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Next in line is Nrutas and his Steel Defender.
So this is where that earlier question becomes relevant.
Mhm.
The difficult terrain. Could Nrutas move through the trees to avoid it?
Again, you're not in difficult terrain.
Well, yes. Well, not yet.
And there's
but
not enough trees to climb over it.
No,
in that area. No.
If you're trying to ask if you can take a 30-foot leap into the one tree in your zone that's not in the that's not
no, not
in the cleared
there.
terrain,
I'm talking 1, 2.
that's not difficult terrain. You
Yeah,
can just
you're-
walk
that's
I'm
there.
talking about like getting to over here.
I mean, no.
I don't think that's difficult terrain either.
Well, it's outside the.
I think
It's
it was just
outside
the stuff to the
it's
left
outside
of
the
that.
cubes, but it's the. I don't think you have enough movement speed to do that anyway.
How much movement speed would be needed?
1, 2, 3,
I-
4, 25, and then you'd have...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that's
30?
it's 30 just to move you to this stump.
Oh, okay. So, all right, then Nrutas will move there then.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
And And he will use his bonus. Now, the Steel Defender, I mean, it's close enough it could move and lunge at the Ash Snake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ash Snake 1.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, he will order the Steel Defender to... All right, let's see him do that trick again. See?
All right.
Yes, Steel Defend... Well...
I mean,
And
you
he
still
can-
have stuff to do during your turn.
Right. Right, he will shoot another frostbite at the Tephra.
Seems reasonable. It's a save, correct?
Con save.
Con save. That's a 14. Does that hit? Sorry, I gotta check your frostbite again.
It's your spell save DC, Jawa.
It would be
plus-
8 plus proficiency level plus,
Spellcasting mod.
which in this case is, I think it's, it doesn't hit. Or it does not save. So
Okay,
it will
so-
take the damage.
All right.
5. Solid. It's looking pretty bad. Let me go ahead and remove another head.
Well, we were
Okay.
terrified for a little while there.
Yeah, it's. I might have given you too many good options for dealing with it.
Well, the
Yeah.
plant growth was probably what saved us from
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
no,
of
that-
damage.
Yeah.
That locked down everything perfectly for us.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we.
And
I was
Okay.
wondering why I had that, but then I realized, like, when I saw the snake, like, wait,
okay. Okay.
Yeah, plus we killed... Well,
Mother
wait, don't I-
shit!
Well,
That's
first
not a
the
hit.
Steel Well,
Oh, sorry. Yes, Steel Defender moves. I apologize.
Yep.
moves one and then tries to, grapple the Ash Snake head again.
Yes.
The
Sorry, I didn't mean to do a save. That's not gonna make it. It attempts to. It's not gonna take any damage, but that's not gonna cut it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Alkaid, your second strike hits.
Okay. And then gonna use another key point to do 2 more unarmed strikes.
Seems reasonable. That's a hit. That is not a hit.
Oh, so that's what I wanted to do.
7, 6, that's 13. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. That puts it at... It's looking very, very bad.
Spit her up, spit her up, spit her up!
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, I
And
can dance around it. I can literally loop around it.
you probably can. Thistle.
With my 55 movement, I literally could.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you could
Seeing
get around
things
it and
like-
give us advantage.
Yeah, Thistle is going to take a moment, and you're going to see this little hedgehog take a moment and just point skyward and just ring with a vocal exclamation of that sounds like a peal of thunder, is going to just the sound itself seems to erupt as I'm going to use Shatter at 5th level.
Oh,
Nice. Okay.
But why?
The bard
'Cause
is
why
basically
not?
playing a rocking power tone.
Yeah, but you need a 15.
Oh, it makes it
That's fine, but let's see. It's
half
Still
the
does half
damage.
damage.
yeah, so 3d8, 4, 5. There we go. So 12.
That is exactly enough to kill the Tephra, collapsing the remaining head.
right.
Let me go ahead and just real fast remove pointers.
Yep.
And where the body of the Tephra was, it begins to rupture and stumble as just great hunks of ash fall to the ground, revealing a very charred-looking deer, Cervan, with a certain magical gauntlet.
Alkaid is literally going to bolt at her and hug her very tightly and
Asche picks up the gauntlet if he can.
It's still on the deer, or
it's still on the deer, but I mean,
So-
she's pretty much unconscious.
Right. Can you take it off the deer?
So would it be I suppose the healing aura has gone away.
I mean, it lasts for another
30 seconds.
I don't know, 30 seconds.
So would there have been time to use that healing aura to do like one thing of healing to the crispy deer?
Yeah, you could do 3 things of healing to the crispy deer.
I will do so. Okay, let's see how much.
3 heals.
3 heals to the crispy deer sounds like diner slang.
She's not venison! Stop it!
Too bad I didn't take any damage. Otherwise, I would have gotten healed by the snake dying.
Yeah, by killing the snake. Y'all tore that thing apart. Here I was worried it was going to be a nasty monster.
I mean,
So
you
I
gave
can
me
just-
Cone of Cold.
I did give you Cone of Cold.
So 2d6 3 times. I can just roll 3d6, 6d6, right?
Yes, just go roll 66.
How do I undo from the draw tool quick?
Don't worry about it.
There's not really an undo. It's a
No, I mean like how do I do? Like I'm stuck on the draw thing. I'm trying to figure out how to undo.
Oh, just click off.
yeah. Just if
Right
you
click.
should be able to. I think so. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's the. Okay, I see what I did. It's a different thing. Okay.
Looks like the aura healed for 23.
Solid.
So everyone gains 23 hit points.
Yes,
Well,
including
no,
the
it's
deer.
it's for a single person.
Or if healing is for a single person.
I think or
that roll was
vitality.
for specifically.
You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the
Yeah,
aura.
Okay.
including you.
Yep. All right. So yes, deer am healed.
Okay.
Ah.
Maya still doesn't look great. She's still unconscious, but she doesn't look charred now.
Deer is no longer
Was
crispy.
actually able to take the gauntlet off her?
If Alkaid will let you close enough, yes.
No. I mean, she's sobbing into her. Do you?
Right.
She can't stop it. She's very emotional right now.
As she reaches around to try not to provoke, but is still getting that gauntlet because that's his objective.
I
read the
I
room,
kind of
buddy.
need to take that back. See?
Literally.
Give it a second, please.
I think it's probably fine. The ash is not disappearing, but it has stopped falling from the sky. To put it simply, that thing was not like anything y'all had ever seen or heard of before. Ash snakes are not common, but the rumors of their existence is something you are at least familiar with. There
But
are
no one's
plenty
ever,
of
no one's ever seen an ash hydra before, ever.
no. That's strange, unnatural, and probably a sign that things in Humblewood are about to get a lot worse.
Well, looks like more work for me. Excellent.
I need to get back out in the ocean.
Dear,
Or become a monster hunter, because apparently I'm good at it.
he's gonna try to reach for let's see, Alkaid. Dear, sorry about the unintentional pun there. We need to bring them back. Unfortunately, I'm afraid we need. There's well.
It's
Please?
like gross. like snotty tear. She's nodding. She's just like a combination of upset and like relieved that she's not dead.
Yeah, but this will produce a little bit of a rag for at least to clean off the various whatnots as she's kneeling down. And just, yeah. We'll be like, it'll be okay. We'll see about this being settled. But we should return and see things brought back.
Yeah, let's get out of the ash cloud that this thing left behind, please.
Oh, that was
just hear that behind us, like, oh god, oh, it's just.
I mean, like, several of us do have gas.
Before you have a chance to take the gauntlet anywhere else, it begins to glow quite brightly, and then you feel it snatched from your hand, Thistle.
I wasn't trying to get for the gauntlet. I was trying to just sort of basically get her is with the deer. That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, no problem. I understand. Like someone else was trying for the gauntlet.
It was Asche who was trying to.
Okay, you cut off there. So the gauntlet glows, and then something happens.
Sorry, I got confused by who had tried to grab it. Apologies. It's basically whomever was holding it. It glows brightly and then is snatched from the air, and you hear the soft poof of something landing in the ash, which kicks up a pretty big cloud, and then you hear, "Oh man, I should know better than to land like that, especially in a place like this." Whew. So, and as the cloud clears, you see a golden glowing Jerbeen gauntlet firmly placed on hand, and it looks like it's completing a full set of armor now.
You've got to be kidding me.
And Gaspard smiles at the lot of you and goes, I gotta say, that was pretty awesome. Just gonna throw that out there. Y'all were almost as good as me today.
I can't believe this is happening.
Well, that was quite a twist.
And Gaspard
is bowing.
Gaspard gestures for you to rise. It looks like he's super uncomfortable with the whole like worshiping thing.
Yeah.
Good with praise, not with like that kind of praise.
Well,
I mean, it's an avatar.
Nrutas, he wasn't actually bowing.
Only one person was.
I know, only one person was, but
Nrutas is still up in his tree.
Mm-hmm.
How does Gaspard look?
Huh?
How heavy does Gaspard look? Specifically, can Asche pick him up?
I mean, he's a Jerbeen, so he looks pretty small. He probably could. He does have armor on.
He's about my height.
Yeah.
Right.
God.
You're real. God,
are you gonna try?
Well, Asche is going to walk up and say, I'm supposed to get that back to there, and he points out to the south.
It's his gauntlet. It's literally his gauntlet.
Please don't argue with the avatar of a god.
Okay, I'm going to say I have to get the gauntlet back. Fine, I take the entire person and armor set with it to get the gauntlet back.
Or you could ask.
Well, no, Asche is asking me right now.
I'm just gonna roll something real fast.
I'm sorry, but you gave Asche a set of meathead stats, so
I know.
Why am I the voice of sanity right now?
Well,
because
you're not the only one.
Question. Another deer.
Despite everything.
Because I'm just here to enjoy the show and get paid.
You feel, as you attempt to lift up Jerbeen and Gauntlet, Jerbeen, in one very swift and strong motion, wrenches your arm behind you and has you.
Has he pinned?
No. Asche said, "May I?" and was moving to, but was giving him time to express stop if he wanted to.
And he expresses
And that's
telling
how-
you to
that's-
stop by grabbing your arm and putting it behind you.
That's how he expressed it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Gaspard, the pain is the hold is not painful, but it is very difficult to get out of. And Gaspard goes, "No, I'm pretty sure this is my gauntlet. I'm just borrow it. Anyways, I have, I guess, what would be the best way to say this?
Don't say quest.
You have a mission?
Would y'all be interested in getting some favors from a god?"
If I
Sounds like
can,
an offer sounds like an offer that's hard to refuse.
can I do one thing before I do that, please? I'd like to double check to make sure the champion's okay. He was wounded with the last ash snake.
We can check back on him in a minute. I promise. I'll let y'all back.
Okay.
But I
Thank you.
need to clear the air a little bit. In fact, I need to clear the air a little bit. Hold on.
Clear the air a little bit or clear the air a lot?
You see Gaspard reaching with his free hand for a hunting horn that is on his belt.
He's diving beneath the ground at seeing the hunting horn and what's likely to come. He has a burrow speed.
Yes. Gaspard takes a moment, says, "I recommend y'all plug your ears just for a bit."
I do so.
And releases Asche to do
Asche,
such.
Hold
Asche-
deer is holding deer. Deer will suffer.
Asche covers his ears and tries to dive for the burrow.
Fair enough.
So
The all of the ash in the area is blown away by this enormous burst of sound. Even with y'all holding your ears, everyone takes 11 damage.
Oof.
Don't worry about it. That's more flavor than anything.
Yep.
And you see the ash in the area clears away. You can see that the clouds are heading back. The clouds of ash are rising up and heading back to the north to the scorched lands. And Gaspard finishes by saying, "So there's a bit of a problem, and I'm not allowed to interfere, technically speaking. But I can sure empower a bunch of mortals to do that for me. Interested?"
Sounds like an offer I can't refuse.
Why us? I mean, we didn't do anything that special.
we just killed a thing that no one has ever seen before.
Gaspard gives a gesture like, "Yes, that is the thing."
Oh,
And we did it fairly quickly, too.
It would be rude to say no to a god.
I mean, if there's a reward, I'm in.
Well, Hastings just kind of like tilting his head side to side, like, fine.
All
Looks
right.
at Gaspard looks at Maya, looks at Gaspard, Maya back forth.
Good reward, good fights. What more could you ask for?
Well, it sounds like Alkaid's kind of finished her mission.
Yeah.
At least for now. Depends on whether or not Maya ends up staying.
Yeah, that
or
that
running
that-
off again.
That's the thing. Or if she runs off and tries to kill her again, but that's fine. That's what friendship is.
Anyways, Gaspard looks at a lot of you and goes, "Good. Now, let's return this gauntlet, and then y'all can take me to whatever tavern happens to serve the best stuff around here, because I am starving. It's been like a century since I ate anything."
I have a few recommendations.
Brings a
And-
god to a bar.
And I think that's good for tonight.
All right.
Oh boy.
Because this went a little longer than I intended.
Yeah. but it was fun.
Yes.
It
Oh
was
my
fun.
word!
I like Humblewood a lot, and I want to do more with it, and I will have another one shot. I apologize that this one was a little scattered. Like I said, this was kind of last minute. I had a lot of stuff prepared, but not everything.
No
I
worries.
will say that after that, I'm kind of disappointed that it is just a one shot.
Well, maybe we can come back to it with the same characters in the future. I have them saved forever now, so.
Yay!
All right then. That was an
So Avis,
experience.
So Avis, you were suggesting the name Nickel. Was there a reason, or you just liked that?
No, I just liked it.
Okay.
And I didn't think you were actually going to pick it, but then you did.
Well,
Well,
I couldn't find a way to make a Nickelback joke either.
No, I just picked it because it's a metal.
I mean,
I
if we're going with the real
it's a good name for a robot.
I didn't have any other ideas, so I went with it.
I mean, if we want to go the real pun route, with reference real steel and stuff like that, a Nickelback.
I was very happy about Nickelbark.
Yes,
So-
Nickelback also good.
Should I?
Well, now what you need to do is you need to retcon that it looks like a dog, because then it is Crunchbite, but a nickel.
Yeah. So should I? I mean, should I bother to explain what my name, what was going on with my name, or not?
It was Naruto.
Something Saturn,
Saturn something.
Yes, and
Flodor.
well, no, it's a bit of a miss, but I looked up I used the Latin name for raccoon.
Ah,
Oh, that would do it. The pirate, it's like Pyraconid or something like. I'm trying to remember the right pronunciation.
Well, I misread the I as an L,
Oh.
but kind of works out.
Yeah, it's not actually Latin.
yeah.
It's Neo-Latin.
Well, but yes, the joke I was aiming for Saturn, as in the Apollo rocket,
Mhm.
then Latin
Space
raccoon.
raccoon.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow, that you obfuscated under that 5 layers.
I appreciate all of it.
I appreciate
Alkaid's a star in the Big Dipper.
I appreciate a fraction of it.
It was again like you had a plan for everyone going like this, that, and the other, and a way for bringing everyone together.
Mm.
I tried.
You did good.
Thank you.
No, that was
Yeah.
a fun session. Thank you.
No, it was
That
really
was
fun.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to play more in it. There's a pre-constructed adventure in the book that I like quite a lot.
But yeah,
Stuff like that. And
I
it's-
love the hedge. Like, say what you will, I love the hedge.
the Hedge are great. I love them.
All right. Well,
I love all of them.
I think it's high time I do the closing spiel.
Yes,
Right.
we should.
Probably.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to our Spudventures. If you like what you heard, you can find more at youtube.com/Newbiespud or spudventures.libsyn.com or Google Play or iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your fine podcasts. We aim to live stream these games every Sunday around 2 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Newbiespud. If you want to keep up with this and other projects I'm doing, you can follow me at Twitter at Newbiespud. And if you want to support my ability to produce content like this, please support me at patreon.com/Newbiespud. See you next time with more of the Forgotten Ones.
Yay!
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
See it.